Yep. You know what it is.
KB the producer.
Let's get it. No, god damn it, these advertisements. I really hate that shit.
Every time, man. You always gotta hit play first, see if you gotta go through that, and then once it's done, just reset it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna wait for this shit, and then we're gonna properly start this off. Skip that shit. Here we go.
KB the producer.
Yeah. Moment of silence. Mama was crying. Yeah. We was out riding. You niggas was high. I had to learn the block. I got this shit down to a science. I fought with the giants. Turned me to a lion. I had to lift the dead weight. That shit kept on piling. Niggas gon' talk behind your back to see you, they smiling. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just look at the balance. We was just trying to survive the streets, that shit was a challenge. It was just me and my strags, ain't nobody have our backs. I'm speaking literal facts, we had to get it from scratch and run through a pack. Get it embedded on black, spin it and get it right back. We living too fast, homie got 10 on the gas. Hop in the whip through the dash, hoopty with 10s on the back. We couldn't look back. My brothers.
Yeah, the intro wasn't smooth. What can I tell you?
Your sniper button working now.
Oh yeah. All day, every day. This Dougie F from Orange, New Jersey. Dougie F. The song is called Blood Brother.
Yeah, Dougie, who do we trust? Nobody. It's either them or us. Ain't do no fair ones. Pulled up in a tinted truck, yeah.
Yo, life got. I hate this shit. Like, ever since twist cap bottles, like I think everything that's not like a beer is a twist cap. But I gotta literally pop this thing off.
I was looking, I was like, is he gonna get it? Is he not gonna get that?
I mean, it moved when I turned it, but you're not a true West Indian if you don't have a bottle open on your keychain. You ain't from the islands if you ain't got a bottle open on your keychain. Man. I'm just letting you know. That's facts. Oh boy. I think this is episode 9. I think. I lost count. If it's not 9, then what can I tell you? Maybe it's 10. Nah, this is definitely 9 because the last one we did was 8.
That's how numbers work. For sure. 8, then 9.
Last I checked, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Confirming that. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm tired because I'm back to work. And
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Back on that teaching shit, huh?
Yep. First day of school for kids on Monday. So I'm ready. We're as ready as you can always be first day of school, so.
The first day is Monday officially.
Monday for kids.
So what do y'all do? So you started this week, right?
Yeah, Monday.
So what
or last Friday actually.
So what do you guys do before the kids come in?
A year's worth of work in a week.
What you mean?
We got to get ready for making sure we know what we're doing like first week when the kids come in. We got a lot of professional developments about like new curriculums, which they've been doing all summer. But mostly like, especially for people like myself who are at a new school, knowing all the procedures, knowing where you need to go, what you got to fill out, if you got to do an absence, if you have discipline stuff, if you got whatever, just a whole bunch of stuff crammed into a week. Like half the day is usually some type of training, whether it's for the school or for the district. And then the other half is go in your room, get ready. Cool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. If you got a room.
And all that is done, all that preparation is done in one day.
Luckily not a day. But like usually you get, if it's a school that's nice, usually you get every day half a day. So like the afternoon or the morning is just work in your room for 4 hours, make it look nice, get your PowerPoints ready, do whatever you need to do, and if like the whole school's doing something together, here's the like first like 3 days worth of everybody in the schools doing the same thing, present it how you want, blah, 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 stuff like that.
Yeah, that's.
So just getting ready.
And I never knew that. I always wondered like what teachers did to prepare for another school year. But it seemed like even when I go to school, the motherfuckers don't be prepared.
But it's a year's worth of work in a week. For people like me, who when the summer hits, I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
There are definitely great teachers out there who don't never stop over summer or nothing. Yeah, that ain't me. Nah.
I mean, and there's a wide variety of things from what I understand that teachers be doing. Like, I met a couple that actually was doing Lyft. Like,
yeah,
legit.
They Lyft, tutoring. I was doing coaching camps over summer. Man, people will be doing whatever they need to do, especially if they don't get paid over summer. So.
But you do the...
I deferred because so I get smaller checks through the year and then get my money back over summer so I can sit around
and do nothing
and get paid.
Right.
For 2 months.
See, that's what's up, man. I like that type of shit.
Yeah. But I saw that. I was like, yeah. And it is nicer when you find a summer school you like, because there are times where people go to summer school and they are stressing and they're like, yo, I'm done. 2 weeks in, I'm done. I'm not doing it. I have summer break. I am not doing this no more. But if you find a summer school you like, not only do you get that check, but you get the extra check from working.
Oh, that's right.
So doing these hoops camps that I did, it wasn't much, but it was money.
Right.
And it was stuff I wanted to do. So I got to relax, and then I got paid on top of getting paid. So it was nice.
That's what's up, man.
Symphonies on my lap. You got some nerves to fuck with me, that's a fact. No, I won't be the martyr to your lies. I bathed in cold blood for way too much time. Now I'm spending weekends faded out my mind. I'm feeling in my spine. I know that you smiling, guess you golden diamonds. Between y'all ain't no science. Your alarm hearing sirens. Now all I see is violence. I'll pop this pill and ride it. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I'm so don't you know that there's no reason to keep me with you? Don't you know that auroras don't find no solitude? Yeah, honey-coated, chrysalis and solar flares. This amethyst in my cup got my volume scarce. When did this perpetual daydream turn into nightmares? Got me, gotta look, I know you're right there. My sanity slipping away. I've been getting lost in the drink, breathing in God to kill off the pain. Enter dimensions to find me some space. Without you, it don't feel the same. But with you, I know I'll be locked in your chain. I'm so gone. 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 I'm so
All right. So yeah. So last night was another weekend. It's August 20. What's today? The 25th, right?
24th.
Is it?
24th. Yep.
All right. So August 24th. The way this weather been looking this week, it looks like fall is pushing its way through.
Except it's still 80 degrees out here. How'd that work?
Is it 80 today?
Yeah. Still gonna be 80 today.
Well,
Actually, no. It's gonna hit 75. Fine. But the rest of the week is still 80, 89.
I'll take 80.
87. 80 is fine.
I'll take 80. I might even take 84. But all that extra 90 stuff, I can't do all of that, yeah. Look who it is.
Yo. Hi, Elle.
With her granny glasses.
Or hangover glasses.
Just high. I like your hair. It looks nice. We was just talking about this shitty ass ring. What's this? Where'd you go?
It's regular. It's just regular.
Oh, it's Arby's. You ain't go to Popeyes for that infamous chicken sandwich?
Delicious ass sandwich.
Is it?
Bruh, it's.
Oh,
okay.
oh wait. So wait a minute.
Seen his thing.
Yeah.
Amaru has a review on the Popeye, the new well, it's not really new, but the Popeyes chicken sandwich
Yes.
that everybody's raving over. Last night after we left the comedy show, I'm driving down Albemarle and there's a Popeyes over there, and literally the line is wrapped around the Popeyes twice.
I don't know what I did, but I got lucky as hell because I went on my lunch break.
Right, like,
And
you went on
I
lunch.
went in, wasn't nobody there. I walked in, got my sandwich, waited maybe about 10 minutes because there was like another person there. And I sat down in the restaurant and ate my spicy chicken sandwich in peace. And I was, and then everybody walked in. So I was
And
like,
then
I
everybody
got
walked
lucky. So maybe that's why I like it a little more than other people. Some do. But that chicken, that sandwich is good.
Is it?
It is. I said it in my video. It is
the
a.
memes are fucking hilarious.
They really are. It is a fast food spicy chicken sandwich though. So don't go in looking for some type of gourmet type shit.
Fam,
Right.
I was hearing from certain people that was reviewing it and people at work that like it damn near tastes like a gourmet sandwich.
It's good. It is good as hell. But I've had a couple people like, yo, the hype is too much. I'm like, it's not. Like, it's a Popeye sandwich.
I'm hearing that the hype is really
the hype
real.
is OD.
Look.
No, I heard it's rightfully OD. That's what I'm hearing. Now I can't eat it because I'm vegan. But
You might have to.
if everybody at my job, even people that I know, are very critical about
You know, Burger King came out with a vegan Whopper.
The Impossible.
the
Whopper type
Impossible Burger.
Yeah. Are you gonna try that?
No, I mean at the end of the day, it's still fast food, and I can't eat fast food. It makes me sick. And funny that you bring that up. All right, so we end up we tried to get to Midnight Diner, but you know how that is. The line is long as hell.
After y'all's comedy show.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was only like 10, I feel like, or
10,
11.
10, 15.
Right.
When
so,
we got out.
So it was like, I figured people was already in the club, so there wouldn't be that long of a line, but there was still a line. So then we was like,
Really?
all right, yeah.
Well, it's Friday.
So I was like, let's call them and order the food, and then we just walk in, pick it up, and leave. But their phone line wasn't working. So I'm like, damn. So then
Good job.
Shorty was like, I guess it's the Impossible Burger. I was like, I'm not eating that. I was like, if you want to go to Burger King, we can go, but I'm not eating nothing. So we switched because she feel like I was driving too slow, so she jumps in the car. We drive to the Burger King, whatever. We get there. She's like, what do you want? I was like, I don't want nothing. She was like, what? She was like, and I hate when people do this. I really hate when people do this. She was like, but you said you wanted to go to Burger King. What? No, I did not. You know damn well I ain't saying no shit like that. I don't eat no fast food. You know that. Don't be putting that shit on me. I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that.
Hey,
Don't tell me I said something when I know for a fact I ain't say that.
said the exact opposite.
So anyway, so I ended up not eating nothing last night. I went home, went to sleep. I was too tired.
You had sleep.
Actually,
again.
no. I ate a bowl. No, you know what? I ate a tiny bowl of cereal and then I went to sleep because my stomach was, ugh.
Like, give us food.
Right. But it didn't feel any better this morning. All I had today was a bagel. But anyway, before all of that, the comedy show. So, Kev on stage.
Yeah, man.
I know you're like a huge fan.
What? Let me tell you something.
How is it?
I was actually surprised. Like, I thought he was bigger than what I imagined him to be.
What do you mean by bigger?
Like, popularity-wise. I thought he was bigger than what I...
Was it empty in the venue?
No. All right,
night?
so here's what it was, right? It was 2 events in one. It was the event with him and his wife called the Love Hour, which I watch a lot because they be dropping some gems as far as relationships.
They're on
YouTube.
Oprah's network. This show called
okay, yeah.
Black
Love.
Love. Yeah, I seen them on an
different
episode
couples.
or 2.
I actually like that show.
I seen them on an episode or 2.
It gives us singles
But
hope.
what found them? I think what landed them there is their YouTubes.
Yeah.
Because they were doing the Love Hour for years. They was doing Love Hour. I started watching them at the beginning of the year after following Kev's videos and following the ADD All Def Digital stuff. Then I stumbled onto that. And I was single at the time. And I'm listening to the Love Hour and the stuff that his wife was dropping. And I was like, fam, everything she's saying, I've been thinking. And I've always thought like maybe I was wrong. But she was confirming it for me, like that I was right. As far as how people should be going about relationships. You know, the biggest gem that she dropped for me, like the biggest confirmation for me is when she was like, she was saying that you have to learn to love the person as they change in front of you. I'm not saying what she said, you know, verbatim, but that's essentially what she was saying because people change. I say the same thing about friendships, right? People change every single day. Every single day, people change. I don't care how long you known a person. They are different than when you knew them 15, 20 years ago.
For real.
They're just different. And whether or not you have adapted to those differences will determine the nature of that relationship going forward, right? Just like when you was growing up, there was people that you was tight with, you know, as a kid, you know, or y'all sleepovers, playing ball together, all types of shit, right? But then after time, y'all, for whatever reason, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh man, fuck you, no, fuck you, I ain't fucking with you no more, and then they just disappear, right? Sometimes it was just like just a natural progression of just I'm over here doing this and you over there doing this, and then that's that. Right. Now, me personally, if I feel like if my close friend and I are doing that, I'ma approach him or her and be like, you know, what's good? You know what I'm saying? But one thing I learned too at a very young age is that people don't need a reason not to fuck with you anymore. People could just go. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But yeah, in going back to the relationship thing, I was feeling better about my chances as far as being in a relationship, because like the game is so different nowadays, yo. Dating today is trash, pure garbage. Women and men acting like dogs on a regular. Nobody's honest with anybody. Even when they're saying they're being honest. Can't trust nobody. Right?
Well, shit, I got lucky.
You did.
You did.
Cause I ain't had a date in ever. Like ever.
What you mean?
I went from one long-term relationship to another.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's what's up.
So I ain't never had to deal with no trash individuals.
Fam.
This is why I don't go to clubs. I don't be going to bars.
Oh, man. Listen, man. Okay. Let me tell you something about the club scene, y'all. Finding true love in a club is like winning the lottery. For real.
So Usher was just lying on that.
Yeah, you know Usher was lying. You know he was lying. Yeah, the club scene ain't it, yo. Because everybody on some bullshit when they walk into the club. Not everybody, but most people. Most people that walk into the club is on some bullshit. So it's like you're wasting your time trying to find anybody in there. But if you do find somebody in there, well, shit, you got lucky. But before this one, I had not been in a serious relationship with anybody since 2009, 2010.
Almost a decade.
Yep. Yep. It was a bunch of. Anyway. I mean, like very few of them were like very genuine and very cool people. It just didn't work out. You know, but most of them was bullshit. Complete waste of time. And so for a long time, I was thinking, well, damn, man, maybe I need to be moving like everybody else and just be a dog. Right? But I come on now. Do I look like the type to follow the norm? Huh? No. So I was just like, I'm going to just stick to my guns and hopefully, you know, something will come along. And someone did.
Yeah.
And everything's cool right now, even though we get on each other's nerves from time to time. It's little shit. And we understand it's little shit. So we not, you know, stressing that. Motherfuckers out here getting divorced because people won't take out the garbage.
They married 50 years, getting divorced and shit.
Right. Yeah, you know, it's funny because they talked about that during the Love Hour thing too. Kev's wife, Melissa, was saying that after 50 years of marriage, her parents had got divorced.
What's happening?
50
A lot.
years. I'm sorry. If we stuck together for 50 years.
It ain't no way. We're like,
50 years? Bitch, where you going? 50 years?
No.
50 years of my damn life with you.
Dick all shriveled up,
Okay.
pruny.
First of all,
I'm
we
supposed to
ain't
be-
white. That don't happen.
I'm supposed to be out in these streets. I ain't got millions of dollars. I ain't Hugh Hef. What am I supposed to do? You're the only coochie I got. Where are you going? Bring your ass here. Who gonna do that thing that you do?
Put up with my own bullshit.
Right.
Like
Then
you
you
know,
gotta learn.
you know it's my bullshit. So
Right.
you take my
Right.
bullshit.
Hey,
Nobody-
if we
I-
need to-
I- look, you remember in your relationship where you have to like explain your shit the first time.
Yeah.
And then they like cool and you like, oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want to go through that again.
Right.
I don't want to explain
You
all
wanna
my
have
shit
to
again.
learn
You know me.
Someone. You want someone to to have to relearn you and.
But that's the
So
thing
much.
too. Like what you're saying, relearning, because that's going to happen in the relationship.
That's
50
fine.
years.
But like, come on, like why? Why did she say why?
She didn't really go into detail as to why they got divorced. I don't even think she understands why they got divorced. But
I don't understand it. At 50, who would in the family?
But here's my guess. Nothing specific, but this is my guess. Because what she was saying was true. People change over time. What she was fighting with for most of her marriage to Kev was that she felt like she was being the same person that whole time. Like, she was talking about like gifts and stuff that people give each other during relationships, right? And for years she was getting gifts, most of which she didn't even want, but she just took it because she felt like that was the wifely thing to do, to accept the gift that your husband gives you, you know, out of the kind of his heart, right? So I guess at this particular period, this point in her life, she had gotten an epiphany. While when she was getting her nails done, the nail lady was trash. Been trash. But she keep going back to this lady because I guess affordability, proximity, whatever the case may be, right? The lady was burning her. She was talking about some tool that they use. And if the tool isn't, if it's not calibrated right, it could burn your finger tips or whatever, right? Your cuticles or whatever. So she's saying she going through this shit again, and then finally she just decided like this was the day that she just wasn't going to take it anymore. And I guess she was listening to stuff from other podcasts too. So she said that her big promotion, at least for the past maybe 2 years, or close to 2 years, is to speak your truth, right? Basically, if you're not comfortable with something, whatever it is, you have the right to speak your truth. I don't like this. I am not comfortable with this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do that. No, 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 no. And she's right. How many people done put up with somebody else's stuff that they wasn't comfortable with, that they wasn't cool with for years? And all that shit was just building up, building up, building up, building up. Meanwhile, both of y'all are changing as individuals. Right? And on top of that, neither one of y'all are communicating that change with each other. You thinking you dealing with the same person you was dealing with 50 years ago. That's what I think happened to that specific relationship. I think.
How can you not notice your spouse is changing though?
Because
you cannot notice.
You cannot notice. You could definitely not notice.
notice.
And on top of that, if the spouse is if me and you dealing with each other, right? And I'm talking about we got old time mentality, right? Old time mentality I'm talking about, right? Where this is who I am, this is who I'm presenting to you. This is who you're presenting to me. We together. Now, for the next 50 years, I have to hold up this image, even though mad shit done changed up here and down here. Mad shit. And I have
But that means there's no communication.
Exactly. That's the
So
point.
y'all just going about y'all business fucking.
That's
and
the point.
like living
Both
together.
of y'all are
and
changing
chilling.
up here and down here. In your heart and in your mind, you're changing every day. But at the same time, you putting up this facade that I'm the same person and you're the same person. And at some point, with everything else going on around you, this shit just...
It boils down to fear and not wanting to hurt the other person. Because what ends up happening is, or a lot of times what ended happening is, even if it ain't both people, one person has those things that are changing, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to mess this up, so I don't want to say anything."
Right.
And the other person doesn't know because they're sitting there like, "Oh, they cool."
Right.
They ain't saying nothing.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I'm good. And then all of a sudden, they say something like, "Yo, like you
Why
couldn't
you
have said
say that
this.
before?
Why you
ago.
ain't telling me?
You ain't say this a year ago. You ain't say this 2 years ago. You ain't say nothing to me.
So how am I supposed to know?
supposed to know what's going? And then all of a sudden it just
Disintegrates.
It's communication. I've learned over the years that honest communication over everything, including when you change, and that is huge in relationships.
It's massive.
for
bro.
sure.
It's massive. So again, without any specifics, I figured that's what it was. It was a combination of those two things. Them changing as individuals, but then not changing for each other physically, and I mean visually. And it just got to a breaking point, and that was that.
Right.
By that time, there was so much stuff that was piled up over the years that you can't even come up with, you know what I'm saying? It's too much of a rabbit hole to go through at this point. You just rather, I'm not going to go and rehash all this stuff we went over, I've been dealing with for 50 years, quietly, personally, internally. I'm just going to go.
And then by that time, you don't even remember the real reason you was
You
angry
don't.
about stuff because you try to go back and be like, wait, what was the real? And then you just forget it.
All
and
you know
just
is that
have
you don't love this person anymore. That's all you know now. That's all you know. That shit's crazy. She dropped some gems. So the love hour thing, her and Kev, I suggest for anybody that likes to listen to or watch podcasts, definitely check the Love Hour, Kev on Stage, and Melissa. And then after that was the comedy show. And let me tell you,
That shit was hilarious.
Was it?
Like funnier
Fam.
than I thought it would
now
be.
what's funny is that this was in a church. This whole event was at a church.
Yeah, heathens.
Whatever.
They keep it clean.
They kept
They
it
did it. They
clean.
keep it clean.
Really?
Everything was
Clean.
clean.
Are you
Clean.
serious?
And it was hilarious.
But that's awesome.
Yes.
You know, church people though, they can laugh.
Were
Well,
there
okay,
church
not all
people
church
at the
people.
show,
Yeah,
though?
this was church people.
I mean,
Can you Like,
there's no way of telling because most
You
of the
can
people
tell.
that was in there
you can tell
weren't
who the
of that
congregation
church.
is. You
but,
can tell.
Yeah.
But you could tell from a lot of the jokes, even jokes made about church, you could tell who went to church. You
Yeah,
could tell who
okay.
the church people were in the crowd.
Okay.
Like there was a bunch of
yeah.
like, church-related jokes, and like they got it, and they knew it was like, oh,
Yeah, I mean, everything wasn't church related, but when the time came to throw in a church related joke, it came in. But
So
like,
how many comedians?
so
How
it
many-
was,
who else?
so it was three. It was
Okay.
what's his name?
to hear more.
To hear more. It was Tony Baker,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was Kev on stage. So Tahir,
Was
I
it
keep
in that order?
Tahir. I keep messing up this man's name. Tahir. This is the first time I've seen him do comedy.
Okay.
I've seen Tony Baker, and I believe I've seen snippets of Kev on stage comedy. But this is my first time seeing
What?
Tahir.
You love Kev on stage.
Yeah, but
On
I've
stage.
most of my stuff is
Probably the
just YouTube,
YouTube
videos.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skits and all that.
Right.
Okay.
So Tahir comes on. He's hosting the comedy portion, but he's doing his bit first. Let me tell you, man, I laughed so hard. I thought to myself, "There's no way I'm gonna make it through the other two acts because my face started hurting, like I was hurt. My abs. I got a nice workout.
Oh,
'Cause
I
I
was
was-
next time y'all
I was
go.
laughing so hard.
So out of all three of them, I was looking forward to Tony Baker the most.
Really?
'Cause I didn't see Tony
Why?
Baker's comedy.
Tony Baker is
'cause
more
I-
known for
yeah.
he's more notable than the other two.
He was
Okay.
also, I'm pretty sure he was also on Last Comic Standing, so that's the first time I saw him. And then going from there to the YouTube stuff, he's a mad funny dude, and he was hilarious. To hear was hilarious, but I was surprised at how funny Kev was.
Yeah,
'Cause
Kev killed
I
it.
came in because I haven't seen any of his comedy, and I just I've seen dudes like him have the skits and the prepared stuff that's hilarious, but when they get on stage,
It's crash.
nothing. This dude, because he has his audience, because he's a church, he goes to church and he has a lot of that stuff. But both,
Yeah,
this dude killed.
he killed it.
He killed. Like he came out, and I was like, okay, and then from like for a good, how long was the set? Maybe about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
For a good 38 of those minutes. Because those first two, when a comedian first comes out and you try to force a laugh, whether it's funny or not, you're like, oh, okay. And then 38 minutes straight, just dying.
because essentially especially with Tony Baker and Kev, it was the warm up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like they come out, they get a feel for the crowd. It's like introduction type stuff, and then they really get into the material. And listen, at one point I had to force myself to stop laughing. Like I had to force myself to chuckle because I was like, if I keep laughing
Let
like I
it
was
out,
laughing when
let it
TA
out,
was
bro.
on, I would I
And
would
you ain't had no food neither, so your
no,
stomach
I
was
had no
hurting.
food. I would have been like my face was hurting, like
Oh,
hurting.
that's a good damn show.
Man, listen,
It was mad funny.
I can't wait. I mean, they're probably not gonna do another one till late next year anyway because they said that today is their last show. Because I know they were saying that they wanted to spend more time with their families.
They had a couple in New York, though.
They
After.
did.
Did they cancel them or
No, they did. They did some.
so they flipped it?
They did some New York ones
Okay.
because what happened was, so they were supposed to be here in July or June,
Something like that, because I missed it and I was pissed.
right? But they canceled it because Essence Fest. They was invited to Essence Fest, so they did the Essence Fest, and all the other shows that came after the Essence Fest would they just went along with schedule. So they had to they had to put Charlotte last because he said on Love Hour that they wasn't going to do Charlotte. After all that, they wasn't going to do Charlotte. And I was like, man, that's not fair. Like, it ain't our fault you got invited to Essence Festival. The hell. But I enjoyed the show. I'm just glad they came. It was a really good time, and I suggest everybody go check. Because like I said, like it was in a church. I would say by the time the comedy, so when the Love Hour thing was going on, I would say there was maybe close to
When did it start?
6 for the Love Hour.
For the 6 hour.
8 for the comedy show.
Yeah.
Okay, was that all in one ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
separate prices,
yeah.
Separate prices.
Okay.
So I would say it was close to maybe 100 people in there.
Okay, that's cute. That's real cute. That's good.
Like 80 to 100 people
That's
was in
good.
the room.
That's real good.
Right?
I didn't go to the comedy till the comedy show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
only
you
got
didn't
the
go to
comedy
the
show. I
Love
didn't go
Hour.
to the
Right.
Love Hour.
Okay, you went to the Love Hour.
yeah.
though. Okay.
And then when the comedy thing started, it was like definitely 200 people.
Good.
Easy.
Good.
Easy. Yeah, I never know how many like seats.
Yeah.
But basically there might have been maybe 20 empty seats.
Right.
Only by
Yeah.
the comedy show.
It was damn near packed.
Yeah, I got lucky because the monsoon and people still came out.
Right.
So I got there right before they started, and then I'm pretty sure I legally parked the whole time and said F it. I came out hoping I ain't get no ticket, and I was good.
Man, the way it was raining, the police wasn't even worried about that. So, and then Amadou got a seat right next to us because there was an empty seat next to us the whole night.
Good.
So he ended up sitting down next to us. Yeah, it was a good show, man. It was a really good show.
That's good because yesterday it was crazy.
Yeah, and but yeah,
was
that's
raining crazy.
I was really certain that he was bigger than that by then. Like I was expecting a bigger venue with more people, at least 1,000.
He almost did that. Like he shot for hell. Like in Chicago, he posted something like last year where in Chicago he tried to sell out like a
10,000
Really?
10,000 venue, and he got like 6,000
6,000.
people.
Yeah,
And like that's the biggest
That's
show he
still
had. So
not bad.
He's big.
Yeah.
But like it just also depends on the venue and where he's going out and because I
because
think they're running at their own themselves.
I wasn't familiar with this church. I thought it was one of them mega churches that could hold like 10,000 people in it.
Was it a small church?
It was a small church
Okay.
in like a shopping center.
It wasn't like small though.
Yeah.
Not a hole in the wall church.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
It was nice inside. It was clean in there.
I mean, shit. People pay tithes.
Yeah,
They better keep that shit clean.
Yeah, they better. But yeah, just like he was saying, I was really surprised too how many people still came out despite that crazy. Well, I mean, people spend money, so they're gonna come.
We was coming.
But that weather was nutso, and I mean, it's always nuts. Hey, New York, up north people. Let me tell you something about Charlotte, right? I don't know if the rest of the state is like this, but I'm gonna tell you specifically about Charlotte because I live in Charlotte, right? This rain out here is the devil. Okay? It's the devil. I'm always surprised every single time on how crazy the rain be.
It comes out of
Nowhere. Fam, when we got there.
No, yesterday there was a warning. It was mad clouds.
We didn't hear
first.
nothing about no warning. 1, 2, the sun was out. The sky was open. At least on the west
Yeah,
side,
it
the west side and on the east side, because baby girl live on the east. So I'm like, we good. We got inside. I want to say maybe 30 minutes into the Love Hour part, we just started hearing rumbling. And I was like, oh, is a storm coming? Okay. But I'm thinking, regular thunderstorm, right? Regular Charlotte thunderstorm, right?
No, it was like
Fam.
tornadoes.
No, yo. So like maybe 20 minutes after that, it was just like Tahir was saying how it sounded like somebody was dragging chairs on the
and
roof.
furniture.
Like that's how loud that rain was hitting. And then the thunder and the lightning, that storm was sitting right on top of us, yo. That storm was there for the show. That storm bought tickets. Okay? That storm was sitting right on top of us. And it was so noticeable because even they was trying to do the show, and they was just like, "Jeez, what's wrong with this? What is with you?" What he was like, what kind of thunderstorms y'all got out here? It's like
The devil.
They was like, yo, it always rain like this? He was like, yeah.
Yes.
They was like, oh, so all y'all just sitting out here, huh? He was like, Charlotte. He was like, Charlotte produces all the rain for the United States.
All the rain for the United States. They ship it out from Charlotte, get it to everybody else.
Yeah.
Shit, 'cause
Yo.
I had to pull over.
Fam.
And
Fam.
the crazy part is this is like when it happens, it's a daily occurrence where at like 7 o'clock in the morning, it's like 75 and sunny, then it goes 85 and sunny, 90 and sunny. You want to go to the beach, and then 30 minutes later,
thunderstorm.
boom, just.
And then the other thing too is like the rumbling, like the booms were like
But
more
it should be
consistent.
OD.
It was OD. Like it was like
somebody's playing.
I said-
somebody's
It was a
playing
beat.
grinding on
It
the
was a
table.
beat.
it was a beat. Yeah.
Get it. I get it. Get it. Get it. I get it. I get. I would get it. I get. I get.
I was like, yo, what is going on? I'm thinking, the whole time the show's going on in the back of my.
Is something like off the science
Yeah.
show. I was watching the other night. I was going to work and it was lightning so bad. I was like,
When
oh
they
my
was
God,
switching
you can
over
see
to the comedy
actual,
part.
like
Lightning,
zigzag
yeah.
bolt.
When they were switching over to the comedy portion, right? The doors was open and people walking in. I turned around and looked because I was looking for Amaru. I'm looking outside and it's just flash, 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 flash. It's like techno. It's I say, yo, I hope it's not still raining like this after the show. Cause we gonna be standing. I'm not walking out there. You ain't walking out there. We not going out there until this thing stop.
Yeah, staying in the church.
I mean, it was done by the time the show was over. It was done, but I was just like, man.
I was driving there like, man, if one of these lightning strikes hit a tree or hit it, man, because you could see, like,
You
she was
can
right,
see it. You can see
you
it.
can see the path.
Yeah.
and you're just like that. Shit
And it
is
looks
about
so
to hit me.
close. You would think it's gonna hit your phone or some
So
shit.
now it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that, right? So I remember when the first Spider-Man movie after Civil War, Homecoming, when that came out into the movie theaters, right? I went down to the South Side to see it at the Pavilion, AMC Pavilion, right? So on the way down there, I see storm clouds in the distance on the South Side. So I get to South Tryon exit, the rain's coming down. I'm like, damn, it's raining crazy, right? Like heavy drops. I get to, South Boulevard? Get to South Boulevard. It's raining heavy, right? I'm coming up to the shopping center where the movie theater is. I look up the street. Now, for people who are not familiar with Charlotte and South Boulevard, right? It's like you're coming up to the shopping center. The road kind of dips down a little bit, then dips back up, right? So up on the hill part of South Boulevard, it was literally a dark gray sheet of rain. It looked like a curtain of a theater, like a theater curtain, but it was gray, right? It was a gray sheet. Now, mind you, I'm already driving through heavy rain. I can see a heavier amount of rain coming towards the damn movie theater. I said, oh no, fuck that. I need to get into this movie theater before this thing, comes over me, right? But then the other part that creeped me out is that I'm looking at this curtain, and then bolts of lightning are shooting through the damn curtain. Bolts, bro. Low. Not high up in the sky. Low on this hill. I said, that's the devil. He heard the movie was playing here at this time. He coming to see it. Let me get inside, right? So
So you gonna go see it with him? You like, oh, good.
Man, I already paid for my ticket, so I run inside, whatever, right? I sit down, I'm like, whoo, I'm safe, right? Movie starts. No, the movie ain't start yet. There was previews or whatever. Like the last preview I played, and it was about to get into the movie. I'm like, all right, let's go. Ew. Darkness. Pitch black. I said, oh shit. Everybody goes, oh my God. That's all you hear. Oh my God, what's going on? I can't see. Oh my God. And I was like, would y'all stop whispering? You know how creepy that is when you're in the dark and then you just hearing voices?
That's me.
Stop that shit. Show your ass up the damn theater. Look, the emergency lights is right there. Go toward the light. I felt like I was in a scene of Poltergeist here. So I get out into the hallway. People's just walking around. Everybody's just like, oh no. like the power just went out in the whole area or whatever. And that thing was just like nuts. Like the rain was nuts. Like I'm looking out the door and I can't even see 2 feet past the door. Mm-hmm. That's how heavy that rain was coming down.
Can't even see the cars in the lot.
Can't see the cars in the lot. A curtain of rain. I said, the Lord, and I'm not religious, but if I had to give a religious explanation for this, the Lord was emptying his basin. All right, he kicked the tub over.
Really?
The basin? Yeah. When's the last time you heard that?
I did. I just let you go with it. I was like,
really? You know, I hear it a lot. I'm in medical. Okay. I'm in nursing. Really? He was at you. That's nasty as hell. Really? I'm sorry, Lord.
He dumped everything, yo. Like, everything on Charlotte that day. The weather's
he
crazy.
dumped some more yesterday because it was OD.
Yeah.
I had to pull over yesterday. There was someone randomly dancing in the rain by the
Why?
by the what is it? That baseball stadium.
BB&T or
I don't know, the one by Ink and Ivy.
Yeah.
Probably BB&T.
Yeah, BB&T.
Okay, I don't know what these things are called, but I know it's a baseball stadium, and I was on the corner trying to figure out where the lane is, and she was like randomly dancing in the rain.
See,
next to the cop car.
I hate y'all down here for that.
What?
Because it rains so much and there are no lights whatsoever on the ground or in the lane. So I can't tell
on the side.
I can't tell where the lanes are, and I'm
lane.
like, what?
So I'm fucking up like royally on the road.
I'm with you. Let me ask.
Laughing because he knows.
Let me ask the South something. I'm gonna ask the South because I feel like Northeast and the West Coast got this figured out. For some reason, the South hasn't. Why the fuck do y'all not have sufficient number of streetlights? Why? Why do y'all
drive in the
not
dark
use reflective paint for the roads or even the reflectors that be on the road? Why y'all don't use those?
It makes no sense because
those reflectors don't work.
People,
they used to.
People retire out here. There are old people here, and y'all ain't got no public transportation, so you have to drive.
Have to.
So you got old people who can't see in the dark, who can't see in the day, trying to figure out what lane is going, and you got no lights.
Old people licenses need to be taken away.
You got people my damn age can't see what the hell is going on in front of them, especially when it rain like that.
I couldn't see yesterday, and I'm young.
Fam,
and I had to pull that ass over.
I can't see nothing. What the fuck?
Because it looked like anybody was going to hit me.
Nothing. Can't even stick my head out the window to see.
I don't want to stick my head out.
I would say you've done that before because I ain't done that shit.
Nah, not in the rain. Not in the rain.
I ain't done that in the summer.
Only when like when it's late night and I'm tired and I have a little bit of liquor in me and like I'm sleepy.
Not a little bit.
I will put the air up, put the music up. Stick my head out the window. Whatever I need to do to stay awake.
Don't drink and drive, folks.
Don't drink and drive, folks.
Don't smoke and drive.
Who smokes and drives? Why?
Because it'd be a good ride.
No, Negro. What kind of dumb shit is that? Sit your ass home and smoke.
The views of Elle is all her own.
You are supposed to be relaxing when you getting high, not going for a drive.
That is like a good drive.
Nah,
especially
Negro.
when the music is like
Matter of fact,
you need to get somebody to drive.
Do all that shit at home. Don't even go out. Do all that shit at home and keep that shit at home.
Look, get a fan. Go to a window, open it, blow the fan.
Right, do that.
Like you driving.
Yeah, do that.
No.
Yeah, do that. Play some Grand Theft Auto while smoking a blunt.
I'm safe, though. I'm safe when I do it. I'm safe.
What the fuck is safe?
Like, I be driving the speed limit.
How you know? You high?
I know. Because I be setting it, I be setting it. I be knowing.
The cruise control?
Yeah.
You can't cruise control in back streets. What the hell wrong with you?
I mean, true. But mind your business. Just mind your business on how I do it.
Lord Jesus. Let's get into some music.
Oh, man.
These heathens.
This is why
I'm
it be
super
raining.
excited.
This is why it be raining like it do in Charlotte.
Yeah, because there's too many
why
heathens. All the
Lord
heathens is
like,
coming down here. shot for all that he does, including myself. Anyway.
I'm super excited. I just got my Summer Walker ticket. You don't know who Summer Walker is?
What song she sing?
What is that? Girls Need Love with Drake.
Yeah, Drake.
Oh, okay, that chick. All right, cool. That's nice. So this song is from an artist by the name of Jalen. I forgot what his last name was. But I think he is from. I think he said he was from Minnesota or Milwaukee. I can't remember which one. But he stays out in LA. It's mostly hip hop that he does. He throws in a little bit of R&B flavor and it's St. Louis he's from. He's from St. Louis, but he's staying out in Cali or LA to be precise. This is his new song off of his album Summer's Over. And it's called Beverly Hills Hotel. Let's go. Is it playing?
Slow.
It starts slow. Yeah.
KB the producer. KB the producer. KB the producer.
Meet me at the Polo Lounge, right before the sun goes down. Tell me where you want it now. I just wanna take it down, take you to the pool. Let the sun hit your skin, girl. I got my hands all over you, my hands all over your body. You ain't been here before, no. 9641 sunset. Your friends don't know where you at. Your mama don't know where you been. Throw that thing to the side. Take a chance, you can sink or swim. Stay with me through the night, oh. Girl, welcome to the Beverly Hills Hotel. We be at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Don't tell nobody. Meet me at the Polo Lounge, right before the sun goes down. Tell me where you want it now. I just wanna take it down, take you to the pool. Let the sun hit your skin, girl. I got my hands all over you, my hands all over your body. We been shopping all day, just got back from Vegas. People thinking we crazy, don't the shit feel amazing? Nothing they do can stop me now. Walking in through the light, walking they gonna copy now. When we be at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Fire!
We be at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Don't tell nobody what we do now. Let's do what we did last night. You the girl of my dreams. It was probably mine in the past. Like, girl, I got my cash right. Babysit your ass right. Yeah. Oh yeah, babysit your ass right. Yeah. In the hills, we can take that flight to Paris. On the real, I just wanna meet your parents. Yeah, later on, I wanna meet your parents. Get that clearance. Oh yeah. Beverly Hills Hotel. Started at Beverly Hills Hotel.
Jalen, Beverly Hills Hotel.
KB the producer.
How's that sandwich?
It's good.
Don't lie.
It is.
We was talking about how trash Arby's sandwiches are. I don't know why anybody eats there. Them and Boston Market. Like, I don't understand why
Boston
people.
Market's pretty good, man.
It's
Boston
good.
Market is trash.
Boston Market's pretty good. I had it forever, but I
haven't
have
had it in, like,
memories.
years.
I don't understand why they in business still.
People go there.
I
They
mean,
eat.
it's gross. Oh, excuse me, I got burpees. Shit. Get my screen back up here. What else is going on? While it's raining like a motherfucker here in Charlotte, it's South America is on fire right now. Like
Oh,
literally.
gosh.
Literally.
How long that been going on and ain't nobody know about it?
Like a week?
I think longer than that.
You're probably right.
Had a whole Amazon on fire and people don't know.
Nobody gives a shit either. Like
No,
not
they
a
don't.
shit.
At all.
Not two shits. Not three shits.
At all.
No shits. And it's crazy because we was just talking about that the other day, right?
It
Like
wasn't even on the news.
how everybody wanted to talk about saving what
Notre
the fuck?
Dame?
Yeah, Notre
Yep.
Dame. Fuck Notre Dame.
Notre Dame don't be giving us the majority of the oxygen in the world.
Exactly that. And then on top of that, ain't France racist as fuck?
I don't know if they're racist. It's just rude to everybody who ain't French.
I think they're both. Okay, let's not act like the white French people didn't have slaves too. Like they wasn't over here and in Africa fucking up shit. Fuck them too. Fuck your chapels. Fuck your bread. Fuck your what they call them? Fucking your berets. Fuck that shit. Fuck your mimes.
The mimes? What?
Like the mimes?
Fuck your hairy armpits and other and nether regions. Cause I heard y'all don't like to shave over there. I don't know. Prove me wrong. I'm sure the black people over there is cool, but the rest of y'all, fire in your ass.
Finger.
What? What about my finger?
And his finger is like,
Hey.
okay.
I can't see it, and I don't want to. So
Yeah, man, that shit. So some people were saying that they think, that fire might have been started on purpose. Because, like when it comes to the rain,
You think that?
why?
because lately a lot of what they call them shits, I forget the term that they use, but basically like the food industry clears out a lot of land in South America to raise cattle and even grow certain GMO plants.
Okay, so they started that shit.
So they won't do that in the Amazon.
by mistake.
They'll do that, and they do that in South America because they don't have any room to do it here in America. So they'll do it down in South America. Meanwhile, fucking up the environment around them
At the same
while
time.
at the same time.
Okay, these motherfuckers are evil because it's the Amazon. Like the Amazon is, it just feels like a sacred place that you don't do shit with.
There's a couple of documentaries that's actually rolling around, and one talks about matter of fact, it was one about the meat industry, and how they literally pay the governments down there to clear out all this forest so they could raise cattle and create more meat, right? And there was a woman. And listen, I don't got no names or nothing because my memory is bad when it comes to shit like this. But there was apparently a lady, an older lady that was protesting and organizing protests in on a particular part of South America somewhere, and they was going at this meat company. And long story short, somebody put a call out, and they found her dead in the road, shot up.
What? Wait, what? This shit is Illuminati?
On some, I mean, I don't know if they call themselves Illuminati, but company like the meat industry
I'm
alone.
just saying it's Illuminati-ish.
Yeah, the meat industry alone is grimy. Pharmaceutical, we ain't even touching the pharmaceutical aspect of it because they on some bullshit too. They've been known to just go down and take people land because a certain plant is growing there that they can genetically modify and make medicine and charge you $700 a pill. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that they on. Pretty soon, the whole reason why you hear this motherfucker talking about doing shit in space now, the Amazon. Not the Amazon forest, the Amazon
Guy,
store.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. He talking about doing projects in space and shit like that. That's a lot like rich billionaire talk. Usually you would hear a little bit of space exploration, space, because they looking to fuck up this space, and once this space is fucked up, they leaving.
This space been fucked up.
To fuck up another space to make money. What? Shit. My daughter was telling me something about how one of them was saying that they own property on Mars. Bitch, how you own anything on Mars? How you own anything here?
That's why they so protective of Mars and the
Yo,
is it
what paperwork can you show me that I'm going to give
planet?
a fuck about your
Is it not a
claiming
planet?
ownership to Mars?
Oh.
You don't own shit here. Mother Nature will tell you that. Right? But you gonna tell me that you have a document stating that you own a piece of property on Mars? Bitch, you can't even get to Mars.
Another damn planet.
Mars ain't 3 hours away. It ain't even 3 months away. It's light years.
Oh man.
I have a contract here stating that I own several acres of land on Mars. Bitch, get the fuck out of here, yo. Get out of here. I piss on that contract.
Oh, okay, R. Kelly.
Who are you to... Don't do that. Cut your mic off right now. How the fuck you could claim ownership or some shit like that? They even talking about owning, like making moon bases and shit like that and buying up property on the moon. You don't own... White people, why y'all... All right, let me not make this a race thing. Rich white people. Why the fuck do you feel like you can own everything? Like you can do whatever you want with little to no regard for anything, anyone else and get away with it?
Center of the universe.
Why do you feel like that? I mean, do you want us to get to the point where we kicking down your 12-foot fence and putting guns on your family because you fucking up our shit?
We can't even band together to do that.
Let me tell you something. It ain't gonna be about banding together when all hell break loose. When all hell break loose, and it will. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Hopefully I'm dead before that happens. And hopefully my great-great-grandkids are pure gangsters. Because they're going to have to be when the shit hit the fan. When the shit hit the fan, you can't trust no man. You see what I did there, right?
Fire!
Got bars.
When the shit hit the fan, you can't trust nobody out here, yo. It's going to be... You think the shit that you see on a regular basis is savage? Like the savage shit you seen out here? No. Wait till the shit hit the fan. Right? Wait till the governments collapse. And, you know, this capital, this almighty dollar that we hold to high regard, when that shit don't mean nothing anymore. And motherfuckers is just busting in your house and doing whatever they want to you and your family because ain't no police around. That's when the shit gets real.
I need to be with you dead in a grave somewhere. I'm good.
Right.
I'm gonna be long cremated, hopefully.
Oh, you're right.
Long cremated. Ain't nobody digging up my body and fucking it.
Nah.
What?
I heard some. I heard some.
What
I
have
heard
you
a story.
been watching?
Nah, I heard a story the other day about somebody sleeping with a corpse and shit, like sleeping with corpses. It's crazy. Anyway, white people. Anyway,
The others.
I got shit else. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing going on with me. Shit.
Listen, yo, people are crazy.
This is facts.
People are crazy. I mean, you seeing shit like 5 feet of hail in Mexico City, and you think, nah, it ain't the climate, it ain't global warming, it ain't the climate, it ain't climate change.
Yo, I don't remember if it was Iceland or Greenland, but there was a news that there was 2.6 trillion tons or 2.6 million tons of ice that melted in a day.
Yeah.
In one day.
I heard something about that. I think it was actually a volcano, not a volcano, an iceberg.
Iceberg.
So there was this iceberg in Greenland or Iceland. Which one? Because I know it's flipped, right?
Iceland is green and Greenland is ice.
Right. So then this would be Greenland. So there's this iceberg in Greenland that's supposed to be like it's like an iceberg with volcanic activity underneath it or some shit like that. Some shit. Anyway, long story short, all the ice basically evaporated, gone. So they can't classify it as an iceberg anymore because all the ice is gone.
Greenland's ice sheet just lost 11 billion tons of ice in one day.
That's nuts. Where that shit went? It came to Charlotte.
Yeah, it came to Charlotte. That's what it did.
I came yesterday.
All that shit left the north and
down.
landed right here in Charlotte. That's where that shit is from. Charlotte gonna be the new Atlantis.
Fire!
No, that's not fire. My bad.
It's not. It's...
No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, the kids don't like that. So, yeah, man. If we don't band together and stop all this corporate fuckery, we are going to be fucked. Royally. Because these rich billionaire motherfuckers is going to jump on their little spaceships and fly out to their moon bases that's already been built. And they're going to just leave. Matter of fact, there's a movie like that.
What movie is that? Google.
Matt Damon, I think, was in it.
The space movies I know Matt Damon was in was The Martian, where he got stranded up there, and he's also in Interstellar. Oh, it's Interstellar.
Interstellar?
Matthew, they fucked up the whole...
So they messed up the Earth.
The Earth is already fucked.
The rich people and the wealthy... Well, that's the same shit. The rich, powerful people are on this, like, not the moon, but like on some kind of ring planet, right? Like a ring base, right? And like, unless you got connections, you can't get up there.
That might be something different.
That's
Because Interstellar is kind of like that. They're trying to send like people into space to find somewhere else to live.
Oh, well, no, it's not Interstellar then. That's fucked up. But it's basically like Matt
Oh, Elysium.
That's it.
Elysium. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. You have to pay to get up there.
You gotta-
Everybody on Earth is real.
poor and destitute and
something similar to now.
it's projects everywhere. Like the whole planet is a project. The whole planet.
It be like that sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like these rich people is like no, and then not only that, the rich people they can't get sick. Because they have these machines that heal anything. Anything. Any issue that you have, they fix. The machine fix it. So Matt's character is trying to get this one chick that he messed with
Up to Elysium.
up there so that she could get cured.
Yep, and he has to do something for this rich person
Yeah.
while another person is like hunting him down.
Yeah,
to
a bunch
stop him
of other
from-
shit that don't mean
from
nothing.
getting it. And yeah.
But the part that grabbed me the most is the fact that like this could really happen. I mean, there's been so many movies. The movie's been telling you what's gonna happen, yo. If we don't band together and stop this shit. Like that movie with Justin Timberlake.
In time?
In Time. That's kind of that Hunger Games. Notice the similarity with those two. Just the physical, like the environmental similarities. You have the rich and wealthy in a section, and then all these other sections separated by these big ass walls and heavy security that you can't get to unless you have certain credentials. Huh? I ain't make this shit up. It's there. It's there. They telling you what we gonna do with y'all. We gonna separate your ass first, and then when we finish fucking up this planet, we gonna move to the moon and leave your poor asses here. You heard it here first, people. Quality content by your boy.
KB the producer. KB the producer.
Let's get into another song. This shit is depressing.
It is.
What's that song you was talking about again?
Atlas.
That's the album, right?
Nah, 800 Dash is the album. Atlas is the song.
All right, let's see if I can find it here. It was on the where'd you hear it? Where'd you listen to it at?
800 Dash. It's on Apple Music.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. It's right here. All right. So here is another joint by another artist who is pretty dope. Drew Famous. I'm trying to see what. See another ad, but it didn't get me this time. Okay. Where the fuck is he from?
Virginia.
Thank you.
I don't know what city in Virginia.
Nah, it doesn't matter. He from Virginia. This song is called 800 Dash. Let's go.
Something sweet, you ain't really gon' like it. Ever since 15, I began to spree. Not really what you think, not really what you want. Work for a little bit, still want my war. That radar to show you I play hard. My game don't play by the rules, man, we play on. Scorch our opponent, who we burning and stay down. Breaking the dashboard, that dashboard, the swat down. Rap don't work out, I'ma go ahead and put a mask down. Yeah. Walk in the building, I want everything in the bag now. Shorty used to call me Bane, cause I threw it back out. Jim Carrey with a riddle, fiddle with a nigga, then you see a man down. T-shirt, gravestone, coffin a little expensive. Hey, Boris told him he wanted, but honestly, I don't really think he get it. Hey, worked in my regiment, ready your man, the warning was already given. Hey, you the dash in the black jag, if the whip crash, Lil, come and get it. I do the 8 on the dash for the catch me, get in my way, you a casualty. Sat in the back of the class when I had to be differences, they never asked me. Often I sat on the facts, it was asking me, talking my shit and they laugh at me.
on the kid, 800 on the dash for the bed. Tell them boys don't pop out. Last on the crib, get it back. Don't ask for it here. Tell them boy that it's suicide. Doors in the whip, get the score with the click. I've been in the 4-door, we work for money, fucking like a sword, looking like my pants don't fit. No days on my back, your face off. You acting wild, they pull your card like playoffs. Call that a layoff. I'm playing it all, but these words don't pay off. In a little sense, I've been stuck in my chest, get the money and rent. No boy, you couldn't convince. All you rappers is tense.
Been getting 10 since I was in 6th grade. Did 6 tapes by 10th grade, so I get if you don't really get me. Cause the little things don't really tempt me. I got a couple that want me to win, more than a couple that want me to tip. Heard I was on when I been on the shit, I get hard to convince. Still I don't blame on my finagle the shit. Made me a name in this shit. Would've been popped if I called me Lil Famous some shit. But I ain't angry, I'm just more so appalled. Y'all let it slide for too long. Industry's back on the wild. See how they act when I'm out. I do the 8 on the dash when you catch me. Get in my way, you would catch me. Sat in the back of the class when I had to be different. Just in the back for me. Often I'm sad on the facts that was asking me. Talking about shit and they laugh at me. Now when they see me, they clap for me. I rearrange your anatomy. Bitch, I do the 8 on the dash. I do the 8 on the dash. I do the 8 on the dash. Run to the flag with my name on the map. I do the 8 on the dash. I do the 8 on the dash. I do the 8 on the dash. Run to the flag with my name on the map.
Alrighty. It's your boy.
KB the producer. KB the producer.
I'm looking for any reason to push that button. I need to make up one though for the show itself though. Elle, I might need your voice for that too, cause you got like a sexy phone talk voice.
You always tell me that.
So there was a time, right?
Well, she should have been in like Girl 6 or something.
Maybe.
I've heard that.
There was this time where Elle called me up, or I called you up. I can't remember. I think you had called me, and
No, you called me.
I called her, and she answered the phone, and she sounded so like a phone sex operator, like.
He said, "Who's this?"
Yeah, because all I heard is hello. I said, "What the fuck?"
I did not sound like that.
I swear there was a groan before it too. It was like,
No,
hello.
it wasn't.
I said, "What the fuck?" Hey, don't be answering the phone. You see who the fuck calling you. Don't be answering the phone like that.
I just answered the phone.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No. Stop that shit. But yeah, I'm gonna need your voice for the to do something for the show overall. So the big news in entertainment recently, at least what I think is big news, is our boy Jay-Z.
Speaking of billionaires.
Right. Our boy Jay-Z, the billionaire. First of all, congrats again for him being a motherfucking billionaire. Another black billionaire. We need more of them. But we need more of them doing shit. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be in front of cameras or nothing like that.
Right. You can be low key. We appreciate you low key.
So there's a lot of back and forth going on about him joining up with the NFL. Amadou, you go ahead and speak to it.
Yeah, they're teaming up to do not only Rock Nation is not only supposed to like head up the part of their entertainment and music for like the Super Bowl halftime show and stuff like that, but social justice issues. And it's you said it's been a back and forth because you got yourself in the room to deal with this like the most influential organization in this country. Screw politics, screw all that. The NFL is the most influential company in this country because everybody watches it.
Right.
To do this music stuff and to do social justice. But Colin Kaepernick still ain't got a job.
Right.
And they didn't talk to or Jay-Z didn't talk to Colin Kaepernick beforehand, and people are going back and forth.
Should he have?
Right.
That's
should
the thing.
he?
People are going back and forth saying yes, he should have, while others are like no, he shouldn't, because
what if the plan is to get him a job ultimately?
But
that's the thing. Just wait on it.
That's the thing for me. After everything,
me too.
I've actually seen the arguments for both sides and agreed. Or at least understood arguments for both sides. So I don't know where I stand yet. And I'm ultimately just like, you know what? Let me see what actually comes out of this. And that might not be for like a year, 2 years or
Right,
whatever
you
to see what happens.
You gotta iron
But-
out all the wrinkles
But
first.
but the reason I see why people said Colin Kaepernick should have been a part of this is because the whole fight, the whole reason Colin kneeled was to fight injustice. And a huge injustice right now is that man was blackballed from the league for fighting injustice.
Well,
He
it was
wasn't-
police brutality
police
he was
brutality,
kneeling for.
all that.
But then other things started getting tied to it, and as a result of all the bullshit backlash he got for even kneeling, this man been out of a job for what 3 years now?
3 years now.
Has it been that long?
It's
Yeah,
been that
3
long.
years.
It's been 3 years.
Just like that.
And look, he got his settlement, which was technically all they did was him and Eric Reed actually sued because they don't have a job, and then the NFL settled.
Right.
And he got the Nike deal, but he still can't do his livelihood.
Right.
He's still not able to work
Right.
at what he grew up and practiced and worked his whole life to do because he kneeled for something that everybody should be fighting for. It ain't about the NFL. It wasn't about the NFL. It wasn't about none of that. And everybody skewed what he was kneeling for. Oh, you hate the flag. You hate the country. You hate veterans. Not knowing that he actually talked to veterans beforehand to say, yo,
Yeah, he
what
spoke
is-
to a veteran.
What is the most respectful way for me to do this during the anthem so I don't disrespect veterans? And the veteran said, kneel. And everybody else, all the people who don't like to listen and all the social media, all that went at him like, oh, you attacking the flag. And that's what I think is happening now on both sides with the Jay-Z and NFL thing, is because like I saw it, I was like, all right, cool, this is dope. We got one of us in the room
Right.
to start leading or start going, and it's always got to start with one person getting in the room, letting all these other people know y'all ain't thinking right.
I guess for some people who may not have they haven't decided either way whether to hate Jay-Z right now or love Jay-Z right now, right?
People was calling him a sellout.
Right.
Coonery,
But for
all
the ones
kinds
that
of
haven't
shit.
made a decision yet, I think for them it's really like, well, what can he do once he gets into that room? It's no different from Obama. It really isn't. A lot of people thought that once Obama became president, like a lot of stuff was going to change. I was one of the people that was just like, nah. I said, first and foremost, we know that the Republicans ran pretty much the government. They ran it. And they spent the next 8 years shutting down anything and everything that man put front to help the people. Not just black people, not just gay people, not the people. And they went to shut everything down. So my thing is with Jay getting in the door with the NFL, who's to say that there won't be people that's part of that NFL organization that isn't going to try and block whatever else? Like, they'll probably be like, okay, you're here to do just this. Entertain us during the NFL. That's your job. Provide the entertainment. Dance, shake your ass, sing the songs so that we
Call
can
your
dance.
wife,
All that
all
shit.
this stuff.
Right? That's all you need to be doing. All this other shit, no. Right? There's going to be people in the organization, powerful people in the organization, that's going to do whatever they can.
Yeah, just the music's still on.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
In the background. Where your headphones at?
It's right here. I didn't even know it was on. Is it still on? No, it's not. Doing anything in their power to stop him from doing what he want to do. That's just what it is.
And yeah, that's the people thinking he's the token black dude we got. look who we have. We have
That's
Jay-Z.
the angle that they're going to go.
Look who we have.
That's the angle that they're going to go with it. But the moment he tries to do anything outside of that, socially, any kind of social activism through that venue, they're going to shut it down immediately.
And that's what people are thinking is gonna happen.
That's what I think is going to happen. I'm not mad at Jay-Z for going this route, and I don't know what his plan is. I don't. So I'm like, yo, I'm waiting to see what he does. But if I'm under the assumption that he is trying to create, achieve other things socially, outside of just the whole police brutality thing, right? I feel like he's going to have a hard time doing so. Because there's going to be people that's just going to be like, I ain't trying to hear all that. You just here to play music for us. That's it. You just here to provide the artists so we could, tap our feet while they shake their ass on stage. That's all.
How it's gonna turn out.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I kind of believe
No.
you and feel. I wouldn't be surprised if.
I'm saying that if he is trying to do anything socially active through the NFL after the deal is made, which I'm sure it is already, I feel like there's other people in the organization that's going to try to shut that down and say to him, all you're supposed to do is entertain us, bitch. I feel like that's what they're going to do.
For me, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened or they tried to do that, but I think Jay-Z is too smart and has the money to back it up to, if they try to have that happen, it won't succeed because he's been doing this stuff. So that's one thing I'm a little like about for people attacking him. Like they forgot that like there's a bunch of things quietly he done socially on his own.
Right.
For years.
Right. Let's talk about that for a second.
Socially on his own for years.
Let's talk about that.
I won't take away the fact that this is a money move for him, for sure.
Right.
But I'm also of the same mindset of why does that have to be mutually exclusive? Why can't he make money and do this social interest stuff? Because
people want him to just be socially active the whole time. If he's not going to be making albums, and he's doing all this stuff behind the scenes, and he need to keep doing that. He don't need it. Some people were saying that he don't need the NFL to do that type of stuff.
He doesn't.
And they're right.
He said it himself in a song that I don't need the NFL. The NFL needs me.
Right.
The NFL needs me, and that's what he's. He's doing.
And I think that's bringing even more confusion to people because they're like, well, if you're saying this in your song, why are you dealing with them now?
Why not?
Again, I can't speculate what his plan is.
The others are so awkward, even as children. I'm sorry.
What happened?
We had a little visitor through the window.
We had a little peeping Tom. It was so black people. It was that. It was that
yes.
look. It was definitely that look.
But yeah, I think it's stupid for people to forget all the good that Jay-Z has done, whether it was in front of the camera or not. Most of it not in front of the camera. I think it's stupid for people to forget that.
Yeah.
Right?
But anyway, well, before that, back to your point where you think somebody's gonna try to stop him. I think he's too smart. Where he's either gonna do it, and he's gonna put up the leverage like, you know how many people know me, you know how powerful I am. You don't do this. I'm finding a way to put stuff out to say, oh, I'm doing it on my own, but the NFL didn't want to do so, and it's either he's gonna find a way to, like, if they don't do it the way that it should be done, he's gonna spin it PR wise to be like, yo,
to put them on blast.
Put them on blast. Now here's the thing: putting them on blast ain't gonna do nothing because it's the NFL. It ain't gonna do nothing. But I still believe because of his history, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And forget the benefit of the doubt. There should be no doubt. Like my big thing was like, look, he said the whole, which was a bad choice of words, saying we're past kneeling. And I think he just meant not that.
We are aware of the reason.
We are aware of the reasons.
We're aware of why we're here right now.
And we shouldn't stop kneeling, and we shouldn't stop protesting, and
right.
college shouldn't stop doing what he's doing, and people shouldn't stop supporting that. But what is the next step of that? So when I was thinking about it, I was listening to an interview Killer Mike was doing. And Killer Mike was talking to, I think, Charlamagne the God on one of his things, talking about how people want reparations, right?
Yeah.
And Killer Mike's big thing was like, we want reparations, right? But how in the hell are we going to get reparations if we don't have a plan? What do we want? Nobody knows what we want. We just yelling, we need reparations. We need this. We need that. And Killer Mike is like, yo, stop. What are we asking for? and everybody's like, if you don't know what you asking for, and then you end up just getting bullshit,
whatever,
and like they tell us what we gonna get, and we're like, yeah, let's get it, and then all of a sudden you realize that was nowhere near enough than what we need. Stop asking for reparations and come up with a plan.
That kind of sounds like what Bernie was saying when people ask him about reparations.
He was talking about Bernie.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know if the idea of just handing out checks is
enough. So that was my thought. Is like, look, yes, the idea of reparations is good, but what are we going to do? So that was my I think Jay-Z was in the same mindset. Yes, we kneeled. We need to keep kneeling. We need to keep protesting. But let's not stop there. Let's put a plan of action in place and move forward. And that's my brain going to supporting Jay-Z and people who believe Jay-Z while still understanding. But yeah, man, but it's an injustice that Colin ain't in this. And you ain't talked to him beforehand and he's still doing that. And so I see both sides. But I think I lean more towards I
personally don't think that Jay-Z needed to talk to Colin to do what he was doing. I think it would have been a good look.
It would have been a good look.
Right. But I personally don't think it was necessary, and I'm not going to hold that against him as a result. My thing is, again, and I'm looking at history, right? Because you got to learn from history, and history, if you don't learn from it, tends to repeat itself, right? Let's say now we saying Jay-Z has enough money and connections to do what he needs to do on his own. He don't need the NFL, which may be true, but then how true is it really? I don't know who Jay-Z know. I don't know his connects. I don't know how reliable his connects are. I don't know. All I can say is that based on history, every time we, as black people or as people of color, get together and make something happen, you know what? No, I'm going to say black people, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, and this goes back to a conversation we had a couple episodes ago where I was saying that every other race has their community. Mm-hmm. Right? Asians have their community. Chinatown, Koreatown, whatever. Hispanics have their community. You know, the Havana down in Florida. You know, up there near the Bronx. They got their little Latino community out there. That's everywhere. Right? So, but nobody's fucking with them really. Even when they've managed to get some of their own people into government, nobody's fucking with them. But when we, historically, come together and create for ourselves and do for ourselves, and we start growing in power, somebody or something comes along to tear that down. A lot of times we say, yeah, it's our own people that's doing it to us. We doing it to ourselves. And that's partly true. But that's a small part. Because there's somebody that's pushing these people out. There's somebody that's pushing a few of our people to do that to us. Is somebody coming, pulling one of us in the alley or threatening one of our family members and saying, we need information. If you don't give us information, we're killing everybody you know. When it comes to civil rights in this country, maybe even, I'm gonna just stick to this country. As far as civil rights in this country, and maybe even in the Caribbean, right? Black people fought for that. Black people fought for that. We was the ones getting our ass bust. We was the ones getting disrespected and spit on. We was the ones. I didn't see any of y'all motherfuckers out there with us. Not a lot. I'm not saying none of them was, but it wasn't enough for you. It was 99.9% us getting our asses kicked. Our places burnt down. Our people hung, raped, all that wild shit. Just for your motherfuckers to fly over here on a plane and then get a loan when you go in the bank because you're kissing Tom Smith ass and corporate. And now they're comfortable with you because you play by their rules. But you wouldn't even be able to fly the fuck over here if it wasn't for us. Don't ever forget that shit. Motherfuckers. But I say all that to say that we not just have to come together and make something happen and make active changes in our community for ourselves because nobody else is going to do it. But we have to protect it too. We have to put up we have to put up defensive measures because time and time again, all you have to do is look at the history books. Every time we build, somebody comes along to destroy. Every single time. Every single time. How many times are we going to keep building and then letting these motherfuckers come and kick our Legos over? That's all I'm saying. So whatever it is Jay's doing, again, I don't know what it is yet, so, but if he is going in the same mindset, if he's going in the same spirit, if he's trying to bring something to the table or do something for the community like he's been doing, on the low, without cameras in his face, right? I commend him for that. But please keep in mind, I don't give a shit who you know. Do you know, Mr. Z? Do you know whether or not they're going to ride for you? Do you know whether or not they're trustworthy? You got to treat this shit just like you treat the streets. When you was coming up in the streets, you got to treat it the same way. Yeah, maybe the rules are slightly different, but the attitude is still the same. Motherfuckers is out for your neck, even though you don't you don't know. You don't know for sure who to trust. You don't. So that's all I'm saying. Be very careful. He needs to be very careful what he's doing right now, especially when he's in the limelight, because our leaders tend to disappear when we're doing too much. That's all I'm saying.
Not change the subject, but a different question. How do you feel about shit like this on social media that everybody has a grand opinion on one side or the other right the fuck away? Like nobody wants to wait to see how this plays out. Everybody's like, nah, this dude is canceled. Fuck this dude. Or nah,
okay,
y'all need to.
So this goes back to what we talked about in a previous episode as well. This whole cancel culture shit. You people are idiots. Where's my gunshots, yo?
It went away again.
How the fuck my gunshots went away? I didn't move the laptop.
Yo, they bring their dog everywhere they go, though.
You know that's how they move. Why you acting all surprised?
Sorry.
I know my gunshots.
Interested in what was going on in there. His brother was like, get the...
Right.
Before they come and attack us. There you go. There it is. All right. What was we talking about?
Cancel culture.
All right. Yeah. Y'all are idiots. You bandwagon bitches.
Right.
Damn, I must have hit this button a little too much.
You have been.
That finger, man.
The finger is not cramped.
Damn.
The button may be broken, bro. Let it go.
Hold on, let me I might have to switch to the sniper rifle. Yeah, you bandwagon bitches, yo. Like, y'all be quick to cancel anybody for any little fucking thing. And you don't even really care about the thing that you want to cancel this person.
Understand what's going on.
You don't even understand. You ain't do no research. Nothing. Y'all motherfuckers is probably going through my social media right now trying to find shit on me. Eat a dick.
Cancel.
I don't care what you find. Eat a solid dick.
And that's for these people who, like, you can respectfully disagree with somebody.
All
I've
day.
seen people disagree with what Jay-Z's doing and go and back it up. I'm like, you know what? I see your point.
Right.
And then there's these dumbasses who like,
Fuck Jay-Z, he's a coon.
he's selling out, he's doing this, he's doing
He's
that.
an
Not
Uncle Tom.
wondering.
For all of them.
It's crazy.
It's bandwagoners, man. It's bandwagoners and it's people that's not informed. That's another thing. And I told my daughter about this shit too. And I was like, don't become a bandwagoner. Because if you become a bandwagoner, you and I going to have a problem. Because I ain't raised you to be no damn bandwagoner. You have to do active research. And if you can't do active research, then shut the fuck up and say you don't know. That's it. That's it. People be quick.
And there's nothing wrong with saying you don't know, people.
There's nothing wrong with it,
nothing
yo.
wrong with that.
Because last I checked,
someone will gladly educate you.
last I checked,
It's
this brain, nobody's brain is connected to Google.
Right.
That
You
shit-
learn. You live and
How
learn
long
every
before that
day.
happens,
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, I didn't put. KB is in full conspiracy mode now, so I just like fueling the fire.
I feel like that will be a thing in the future though. I feel like
That our minds will be connected to Google.
I feel like our evolution is biomechanics. I think biomechanics is our evolution. I think we could naturally evolve, but I think for us specifically, it'll happen faster through biomechanics.
I didn't seen enough movies that we need to stop doing some shit like that. AI, just let's not do that.
Either we evolve through biomechanics or we are replaced by artificial intelligence. One or the other.
I'd rather do biomechanics because fuck that AI shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah. I didn't seen iRobot. I didn't seen AI. I
It's
didn't seen
too
all
much.
them
It's
damn
too
things. No.
But yeah, so I've never been the one to follow along with the crowd. Like I always felt like I needed all the information first before I make a solid decision on something. And if I feel like I don't have all the information, then it's just like, well, I don't know. And the other thing I hate about cancel culture is that a lot of people sit there and bash somebody, and then when it turns out that this person was right the whole time, or they were innocent the whole time, crickets. Not an apology.
You expect an apology.
Not
you
nothing.
Expect that.
It's like it never happened.
Yeah.
Like not even
Like,
a
that's
mention
it.
of
It's
somebody
nothing-
was right.
it's nothing else to say.
It's always, they're wrong for doing this or they're right for doing this, and then you get the years that pass and you finally see what comes out of it.
Right.
And then nobody is like, there's not even a I told you so.
Nothing.
There's a nothing.
Nothing.
And it just continues going, and that's probably what's in Jay-Z's head right now. They gonna talk all this stuff. We gonna do what we gonna do. And then whether
when
or
it's
not
revealed,
when it's revealed to go right or go wrong, there's going to be nothing.
Well,
except
if it
who's
goes
running a
wrong,
halftime show.
No, if it goes wrong, and if it's bad, it's gonna get higher. Them voices are gonna get higher if it goes wrong. But if it's right, crickets. Everybody gonna be.
Yo, who's running the halftime show? Like, who's performing? That's what they gonna talk about.
Halftime show be ass though.
Most of the
Lately.
time.
Yeah, the last couple of years
Lately.
it's been doo-doo. Except for the
Because that's the only time I tune the fucking.
except for that one year that Beyonce did that
With
Yeah.
Bruno Mars and
Yeah.
Coldplay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty
but
wicked.
that was like
But
years ago.
that was years ago.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad at her for wait, what was that thing that she did where it was like all like with a marching band?
I know what you're talking about, but I'm too
the-
scared to be going
the
against
net-
it. They have
the
to
net-
say
Hold,
anything.
Wait.
hold on one second. Hold on. Hello? Hello? What's up? I'm doing my podcast right now. I'm gonna call you back. All right, bro.
Aww.
It's
What was we talking about?
stuff I don't want to talk about because
Beyonce, the marching. Listen,
Oh.
I ain't scared. I ain't
It's called-
scared.
I ain't scared
I'm
of them
not
motherfuckers.
scared of
So-
the beehive.
It's
So-
called Homecoming. Homecoming.
Homecoming.
There you go.
So what? That wasn't during no halftime shit. That was just something she did.
No, that
right?
was just
She did it for
homage of HBCU.
right.
for
Right.
Coachella.
Right.
Yeah,
was
for-
that?
Coachella.
that was
That's
for
what it was.
Coachella, but
It was
it
Coachella.
was in homage for
Okay,
HBCU.
so then never mind because I don't know why I thought she did some of that for a halftime show too, but no. So
She did do something like that.
she did
for her.
something
She
similar,
did.
right?
She did.
Like a
Yeah.
little piece.
No, Taylor Swift actually decided to
Fuck
copy her
Taylor
on the next,
Swift.
on the next award show and did a marching band.
Fuck Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
You seen those Chick-fil-A Popeyes comparisons?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Beyonce
Fuck
was
Taylor
was
Swift.
Popeyes
You know
and
Taylor Swift.
was
You know Taylor
Chick-fil-A.
Swift's fans. The Swifties, I think they're
I
called.
don't know.
What?
Well, yeah, they-
I don't know.
Oh.
Them motherfuckers came for Kev.
Yeah, because he said
Why?
Because somebody on social media, she had a picture out, I guess, of her new like re-release album, and somebody on social media said, "Yo, Taylor Swift looks mixed." And Kev did a whole
What?
like 2 minute thing, like you talk about Taylor Swift. You
Being
talk
mixed.
about
The palest.
You talk about she looks like
Wait,
she's
wait,
mixed. No, she's mixed.
she's mixed. She's
2%
mixed.
almond milk and 98% whole milk.
Exactly.
That's what she looks like.
Right.
She's mixed with. That's
Right.
what Kev
Right.
was saying. And they
Yeah.
went at him for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
She's mixed with ivory soap and white
They
Elmer's
said
glue.
it's what? How many
Okay.
years has it been? The MTV Awards is coming back, where it's been the anniversary of when Kanye
10
said,
years.
"Is it 10
I
years?"
think 10, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was laughing at that because I just had a flashback of that moment. Every time I think about Taylor
I'm gonna let
Swift,
you finish.
Let you
yeah,
finish,
I think about that.
And see now everything she's done since then makes me feel happier that he did that to her back
right,
then.
right.
Because it's like you just been making bitch moves this whole time. Just bitch moves.
And I usually I will listen to somebody's music no matter what and see if I like it. And usually, like most people, I got 1 or 2 songs. They're like, you know what, those are pretty cool. I don't think there's one Taylor Swift song.
No, there
There's
isn't.
no Taylor
There's not
Swift
a single
songs
Taylor
that I
Swift
like.
song I care for. And you know what? I could say all this in confidence because I ain't scared of none of you bitch ass Swifties. Fuck
Right.
y'all Swifties. Well, matter of fact, y'all not even
Just
worthy of this.
Swifties, like-
Y'all not even worthy of these big gunshots. Let me give you the sniper right now. Your bitch ass. He die quietly and die slow.
Work for that.
Like quietly and slow.
Bitch ass move. They kind of the kind like people like that are part of like this fan base are like part of that cancel culture shit too. Like they are the same cancel culture people.
Yes.
They're part of that environment. Like just quick to just attack a motherfucker with no type of information whatsoever. And I feel like cancel culture plays a heavy role in a lot of the more serious shit too. Like hold on a second.
KB the producer. KB the producer.
What is about to come out my mouth is my opinion and my opinion only. It does not reflect the views and opinions of Uncovered, Music Militia, and any of these people in this room. Okay? Bill Cosby ain't do it.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't want to
Good,
talk
I'm good.
about.
I'm good.
I don't want to talk about him. Okay, go ahead.
And this, and
I
I,
wanna
and I
hear what
only
this
bring
guy
him
say.
up because I feel like cancel culture is related to that.
Is he good? Is he good in jail though? Anybody check on that dude?
I don't know. I don't know if he's good in jail. I mean, the man damn near on his death. He got one
That's
foot in
what
the
I'm
grave.
like.
He had one
I'm
foot
like,
in the
why
grave.
did they put him in there?
He had-
Like he's gonna. Do
He had one foot in the grave before this shit started coming up
I
again.
don't think so. but he was just blind like a motherfucker.
My
now,
thing is
just like a
is this, right? Wrong is wrong.
Okay.
If you're wrong and you're proven wrong, evidence is presented to show that you're wrong, then bye-bye. Okay? Period. That's my line. You provide me proof, physical evidence that someone is guilty of some shit, then I'm going to be like, all right, he got to go. If you don't got any proof at all, then what are you talking about? And I feel like cancel culture, ooh, excuse me,
It's these damn.
is these beers.
It is.
cancel culture played a role in his conviction this time. It did. There was no place you couldn't go where somebody wasn't saying Bill Cosby is guilty because 60 women came forward and said this. Eddie Griffin said it best.
What he said?
He said that in this game, in this industry, especially as a black man, it don't take much for somebody to come and accuse you of some shit to land your ass in prison if they want to get rid of you. If they feel you moving too good and you making too much and you got too much power, they will throw several people in your path to get you the fuck out of here.
Well, he was trying to buy NBC at the time.
I don't know if he was trying to do that or not. I don't know. All I know is that man gave us the Cosby Show. He gave us A Different World. He gave us Fat Albert. And that's just the TV shit. The man has donated
comedian. He's a
tons and tons of money to all types of organizations to do all types of shit. But we not highlighting none of that, right? 60 women randomly came out of nowhere, and now because of 60 women, he must be guilty. No evidence, no proof, just words. Since when?
Wasn't the statute of limitations up on that
Wait,
shit?
hold on a second. Wait, we're gonna get to that in a second. But that aside, no, it was just the one. It was just the one from 2005 or 6, supposedly, that they used. But my thing is, and people always say, "Yo, bro, it's like 60 people. Yo, what are you talking about? 60 people?" Okay, how many more people than that said that the Central Park 5 did it?
Shout out to Central Park 5.
How many? It was more than 60, right? It was way more than 60. That's more recent than anything else.
Calm down.
Now fuck that. It was more than 60 people that said that these boys did it, and they went and they did prison time. They had their whole life fucked. And then the people that put them in there wrongfully, ain't none of them gonna see a prison. None. Most recently, what they bring up? Emmett Till.
They always bring him up now.
It took
years ago, they was not talking about Emmett Till. People was just educated.
But listen, my point is, one person said he did it. That's all it took, and everybody else ran with it.
Years later, the white lady say,
"Oh, my bad."
That didn't really happen.
I just made it that up
because her husband such and such.
I just made it that up. But I say all that to say, that's why I say fuck cancel culture, because again, nobody's sitting there and thinking to them. Nobody's using their brain. They're rolling with whatever media feeds them, and they're going, "Yeah, that's truth." I don't care if it was 100 people that said, "Oh, he roofied me." Where's the proof? Because I don't know you. I don't know any of you. How do I know that you're lying to me? How do I know that you're not lying to me? How do I know? What can I do? What can I do to prove to myself that what you're saying to me is real? Nothing. Goose egg, 0. But because you say it, I'm supposed to believe it. Because 10 of y'all say it, I'm supposed to believe it. Now, I turned to my daughter and I told her, because she argued me down about this shit, right? I said, let me tell you something. And I'm talking about just you. If somebody did something like this to you, I expect you to go to the police immediately. Not the next day. Not the day after that. Not 10 years later. Not 20 years later. Soon as you recover and you realize something went down, you go. And you call whoever you need to call. You do that then. Now, if in fact this stuff happened to these women and there's just no proof, there's nothing to prove that it happened to them. That's a sad situation. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that these women didn't get, I mean, they got their justice if it really happened to them, because he's in prison now, right? They got what they wanted. But if it was all lies and it turned out after he's dead that the shit never happened, where all these cancel culture people gonna be at? Are any of them gonna step forward and say, damn, and we were sitting here saying that this man was guilty and he's a piece of shit, this and that and the third, and now he gone. He spent the last of his days in prison. Nobody's going to say that. Because everybody wants to be right, and everybody wants to be on that wagon, that right wagon. The right wagon. RW. Right wing. That's what I did there, right?
I'm actually interested in a couple of things because you brought up two questions for me. But the bigger one is when the conversation you had with your daughter. What did you say to? Because you said she argued you down, right? Mm-hmm. What did you say? I'm assuming she might have brought up the point like, "Yo, what if you can't come forward that day after? What if like there's just too much stuff you are worried about and you're scared because you know there's definitely plenty of people who done come out and said something and nobody believed them. Like, yo, why would I come forward now or stuff like that? What did you say about like the legitimate fears of if I come forward the next day, my life is ruined?
If somebody steals money from your pocket, how long are you going to take before you say something?
The one thing I bring up with that is it is a lot easier to prove that. Like, my money ain't here no more. And this is where it happened, and you can go find that. More secretive stuff?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but more secretive stuff like that, where it's like he say, she say, your word against others.
If somebody stole...
I can see.
If I had $300 in my pocket and somebody stole it from my pocket, and I called the police and told them somebody stole $300 from my pocket, it was this guy. Not only do the police not know whether or not I had $300 in my pocket, but they don't know whether or not this person stole it. Because there's no video cameras, there's nothing. There's just words.
So they search you and they search the guy.
Okay, the guy has $300. The guy says, what did he talking about? It's my $300. Again, there's no proof.
True. There is no proof. But I think the difference between that situation and something like what's going on with Cosby is there isn't as many personal stakes. Because when it comes to situations like Cosby, and I'm not, and what I'm saying
$300 on my pocket is pretty goddamn personal.
No, it's personal for you, but it won't necessarily attack your personal character because there's just so much bullshit in the world behind like, sex and stuff.
All right, let's go there then.
That you can
now we're talking about character, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about character. If you are a woman and you're roofied and raped, right? Obviously something, you were wronged, right? So why would you feel, and I'm only using some of the words that I've heard some of the women use. Why would you feel scared or embarrassed if you've been wronged?
Because there are dumb motherfuckers out there that will come and be like, well, what were you doing? What were you wearing? Did you lead them on? Did you do this?
But
and that, and that, and this?
That's gonna take place whether they feel wrong or not. Like that, those questions are gonna happen regardless.
Which is stupid.
It is stupid.
Because we get questions like that regardless.
Which is mad stupid.
But at the same time, you have to ask those questions because
but
you
that
could potentially...
to me personally, as a woman, for the woman to think that or have any kind of scaredness, usually they've been threatened already before. Or they had some kind of knowledge that the person ain't right, something ain't right. So they feel like, well, since they've been fucking with that person for so long or whatever. See, motherfuckers was going to Bill Cosby's fucking thing. Oh, he's Bill Cosby. He's such and such. Right. He's such and such.
I feel like
they feel like, okay, well, I kind of played a part in it. And this is what led up to it. We still get questions like that. So maybe that's where the insecurity comes from. as far as being scared to tell.
And I feel like that what you just said proved, like, not necessarily my point, but the point people bring up. You're gonna get questioned with that regardless.
But you're supposed to be getting questioned, fam. You have to, because again, you could possibly.
But you're not thinking that as a woman. You're just like, it's different.
No, look. Here's what I'm saying. All that shit that you're saying is true. Everything that y'all just said is true. But what I'm saying is, as an individual, if you happen to be roofied and raped, right? You have just been wronged, right? Forget everything else y'all just said. This person just got wronged. What do I need to do? Who do I need to report this to?
Oh, I'm going to the cops and I'm calling my dad and he calling the goons.
And that's it. Why are you concerning yourself with, he threatened me and this and that and the third? You should be
a lot of women don't think like that. And they're not as strong to think like that.
I don't ever think that it ends up being it, because you can get that, and then that person who's being accused is gonna go get whoever they got. And usually as a man, you have more privilege to go do things like that and have people believe you more even when they don't.
Tell that to the Central Park 5.
But I think that's a different situation.
That's a different situation.
I do think that's a different situation. On top of that, they were kids. They don't have money. They were poor. They didn't have the privileges Bill Cosby. But again, not even Bill Cosby, just in general.
Right.
But that's just stupidity. Other better news.
Black Panther 2 arrives in 2022.
Yes.
Ryan Coogler is signing on again as director for sequel.
May 6, 2022 is already on my calendar to go see that shit. I'm sorry, change the subject, but I saw that.
May is the best month of the year too, Taurus gang.
Sorry, I saw that. I can't not present that. Black Panther 2, May 6, 2022.
I'm curious as to how they're going to top the last one.
Marvel ain't let me down. I don't know if they'll top it, but Marvel ain't let me down. But look, back to my second question with this conversation is you had talked about Cosby. He brought us the Cosby Show. He brought us a different world, all that. Can you separate the person from the artistry?
Yeah.
R. Kelly, though I didn't really like R. Kelly's music in the first place.
I did, is the shit.
but I can.
Stop.
Let me rephrase that. R. Kelly was cool, but I can stop listening to R. Kelly. I don't need to listen to R. Kelly.
Okay.
Mike.
Say that then.
Yeah, I don't need to listen to R. Kelly. Mike, Cosby, fucking Kevin Spacey, because that Negro could act. I ain't gonna stop watching his movies. I might not watch anything else he's in, and luckily he ain't gonna be in anything else I want to see. But can you separate the person?
Wait, what Kevin Spacey did again?
Molest some. I do it when he was 14.
He molested some dudes. Yeah, he molested a 14-year-old, right?
Did he actually?
A 14-year-old. This guy came forward and said when he was 14 he was molested.
He came out when he was like 28 and said that or something.
Yeah, something
like that. And then another person came out, and it's the same. He say, she say. And cancel culture.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. Like, this is why I'm saying people really need to be careful with the shit that they be saying, because you could be potentially putting somebody in prison and they're completely innocent of this shit.
Like what happened to Cuba, Gooding Jr. That shit happened.
Same shit.
And then he proved that it was
just like they tried to cancel Genuine too.
But I would say.
I told you the story already, yo, about the transgender guy that tried to hug him.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. No, but this, like, you doing this right now, saying, but how do we know you're telling the truth? This is what people are scared of. That's my last point on that. That's an automatic.
When you say people, what people? The people, the victims?
The victims.
The alleged victims?
The victims. So, like, let's say
But again, at the end of the day,
if you're 14 and the shit happens, they will be more inclined to believe you at 14.
No. Forget all that. I'm talking about you as the individual, you as the victim, right? If somebody victimizes me, I'm going to call the police. Now, whatever happens after that is whatever happens after that. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying.
But in some people's mind, it's not that simple like that. It's not that simple.
I'm talking about from the victim's point, from the victims as of it being victimized, right? Like, if you don't say nothing, then you can't expect anything to happen, is what I'm saying. Right? Now, as far as the Cosby situation specifically, we don't know if this happened. We have no proof. All we have is words. People are telling me, well, 60 women said it, 60 women came forward, so that's proof enough. And I'm saying, well, if that's the case, then the Central Park 5 did it. Because there was more than 60 people saying he did it.
And you can
that they did it.
And you go off of 60 people alive.
That's what I'm saying.
I see that, but I also see why people take so long. What I'm saying is I see why people take so long to come forward. Like, I can understand how fear can play into not doing things and be like, well, what if this happens? And what if that happens?
I'm saying that part is, I'm saying, okay, I'm not saying it's bullshit, but I'm saying is, you can be afraid, but you still should take it upon yourself to say something when it happens.
You definitely
regardless
should.
of whatever the person may threaten you with. Because at least if you say something, you're getting the ball rolling on evidence potentially getting pulled up and this person potentially getting locked up. But if you don't say anything, then you come out years later and say, oh, this person did this to me. It's less like, well, now I can't say that now because people believe it. People believe it. But they believe it with certain people. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is like, even with Harvey Weinstein, right? People were saying for years that he was doing shady shit, but nobody stepped forward and said anything.
Like, for real. They kept
like,
it on
for
the
real,
low.
for real. Everybody kept it on the low, and that's bullshit. Same thing with R. Kelly. If R. Kelly was doing all this vile shit all this time, and all these people had all these tapes and all this other shit for years and years and years, they're just as guilty, first of all. Because you've had evidence the whole time. You know this man been doing this shit this whole time. So you just as guilty. Right? But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, none of that shit happened. Everybody's just talking. Nobody had any video evidence or anything like that. Now we just talking. We're just talking and we're looking to lock somebody up just off a talk. Just off a talk. This is my issue with cancel culture. People need to shut the fuck up. Because if there's no evidence to prove it, if you're going off by just words, then I hope to God you're put in the same position one day. I hope to God the same fucking shit happens to you. Where 10 motherfuckers come up and say, oh, you did this shit to me. Even if it's not true. I hope 10 motherfuckers come up and say, you did this shit to me, and they lock your stupid ass up. Because all it takes is a word. That means 20 girls could come up and say, oh, baby raped me. And I ain't touched nobody.
Lying about that shit
and I ain't touched nobody. I ain't touched nobody. KB raped me. And I could go to prison for that.
Nah, you got an alibi. You'd be like, nah, I was with sis at such and such.
That don't mean shit. An alibi don't mean shit. Especially if they talking about shit that happened years ago. I can't remember what the fuck happened yesterday, barely. Let alone 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. I can't remember that shit. So fuck an alibi. Alibi don't mean nothing. 60 people just came out the blue and started talking shit, and now we got this man locked up.
They saying the same shit. We locking you up.
That's my only issue with this. That is my only issue. There is no proof, which means what's stopping anybody from saying P. Diddy or Jay-Z or Nas or who else? Who else is a prominent figure? Any of them. How difficult is it going to be for a bunch of women to say, oh, they raped me? And then for them to go to prison for it.
See, and I think we're arguing slightly different things. Where I'm actually agreeing with you. If there's no proof, yeah, that's some BS. Right. I'm just trying to back up, like.
But Amaru, what I'm saying is,
I can see why people take
the 60 people saying the same shit as proof. That's not proof. That's 60 people saying the same shit. It's not proof. How many motherfuckers we know in the hood? People be like, yeah, that motherfucker, yeah, Ray be stealing all the time, but we ain't got no proof of that shit. Ray ain't about to go to prison for us saying that he be stealing shit. He's not.
And again, I agree with you on that. I'm just arguing about why people take so long to go over. Because that shit ain't.
That part I can understand.
My whole thing is, my question was about why people take so long to come forward, and I can understand.
I could understand. Okay, so that part, what you was talking about, like people's fear and anxiety and stuff, I could understand it, but at the same time, I'm going to say that's bullshit. Because I understand it. Because everybody's not the same. Everybody ain't cut from the same cloth. Yeah. I understand that. I'm saying, as far as my discussion with my daughter, I said, if that shit ever happened to you, God forbid, you better get your ass up, pick up a motherfucking phone, and call some motherfucking police. Don't sit there and be scared and don't say nothing to me or anybody else, and then 30 years later, you want to bring some shit up.
It's bullshit that shit has to happen.
Yeah.
That you have to be scared, or you become scared from that.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying as a parent of a daughter, or even a son. If I had a son, I'd say the same shit. If some crazy shit like this happened to you, you need to say something immediately. Immediately. Don't wait 20 years. That shit gonna eat you up inside first and foremost.
Stem from other problems. This is why you acting out, because this shit happened to you. This is why. This is why.
On the flip side, on top of that, and on the flip, if that dude was guilty, this man or woman was out here for the years you ain't say shit, continuing doing the same shit.
Right.
Which I'm not saying that to guilt a victim into.
But what I'm saying is going forward. For anybody that becomes a victim of this shit, going forward, if something fucked up like this happens to you and you live to tell about it immediately. Immediately. That's it. Forget about the threats and how people gonna look at you, and it's for your peace of mind. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the one carrying the weight of this shit as the victim. You're going to carry this shit. And listen, y'all probably thinking KB up here talking some bullshit. No, I'm a victim too. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not just talking up my fucking ass. Say something. Because if you don't, if that shit really happened to you, it's going to eat you alive inside. Fuck a threat. Call the authorities, tell them the motherfucker threatened me, handle this motherfucker. But say something immediately. That's all I'm saying. Going forward. Because then at least nobody will be looking at you crazy 20 years from now as opposed to the next day. That's it. God damn, this shit is depressing. Can we get into something else? Shit.
I need another beer after that. You got another one?
Yeah, I got one more.
Oof, Lord, have mercy.
I need some fucking music. Let me see what I got up in here. I'm gonna play something. I don't care. I'm gonna just play anything.
Play something in celebration that Ryan Coogler is directing that shit too, and he's back for Black Panther 2. I'm just
he is hype about it.
I am too. That's
he needs to make me feel better about the fact that Spider-Man ain't in the MCU no more on some bullshit.
Do you think that's gonna last?
I hope not.
I don't think that's not a sensible move. That's not a sensible move by either party.
Nope.
Because first of all, if it wasn't for Sony, Spider-Man wouldn't still be a relevant. Well, no, let me not say that. As far as the movie situation, Spider-Man would not be relevant if it wasn't for Sony, right? Sony kept the Spider-Man character alive through their movies. They did.
They did, even though it was some shitty movies. But hey,
not all of them. Some of them was okay.
Not all of them.
But the first two Spider-Mans with Tobey
Maguire, those were dope.
Was good.
And Spider-Man 1
Amazing
was okay.
Spider-Man 1 was okay.
And then you had Blue Jamie Foxx.
You know, that whole shit was just
that was funny.
That shit was super trash. But yeah, I don't think that either party gonna benefit from not having Spider-Man in the MCU. It just don't make sense, especially after the last movie did so good.
Highest grossing film for Sony ever. Like, it went past James Bond.
But I mean that would be Marvel's argument. Like they would take credit for that. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, again, from Sony's standpoint, hey, we was doing fine without you this whole time. Anyway, let me get some black empowerment here. We could definitely talk through this because I don't want no copyright infringement issues with YouTube. What the fuck? Come on, play.
Hey. Okay. My brother was talking to me about this. If fucking Namor is not the villain in Black Panther 2, that's gonna be some bullshit.
Nah, you can't do that.
Why not? Why not? They had that shit in Endgame. That whole earthquake thing in the ocean, that was fucking Atlantis. That was Namor. Sorry, I'm on my geek shit right now. So
hold on a second. The earthquake thing.
So that scene again. Sorry, I'm on my geek shit right now. So if y'all don't know about this, I'm sorry. The scene in Endgame where Black Widow is talking to Rhodey and Rocket and Nebula and Captain Marvel and Okoye on the little blue screen or whatever, right?
Okay.
And they did like all the little check-ins where Rhodey was telling how my dude Hawkeye Ronan was fucking people up in Mexico.
Right.
And
I
all
remember
that.
the scene.
And Okoye was like, there was an earthquake in the Pacific Ocean, and Black Widow was like, okay, what are we doing about it? Okoye was like, it's an earthquake in the middle of the Pacific of the ocean. We let it happen. And that's it.
Oh.
That was Namor. That was Atlantis.
Is Namor in the Pacific or in the Atlantic?
I don't remember whether or not it was Pacific or Atlantic, but it was off the coast of some ocean. It was off the coast of some ocean, and that's what the fuck that was. That's gotta be Namor. Atlantis need to be in this bitch. That needs to be the villain.
Are
That's
they
what needs
really
to happen.
paying attention to that detail though?
Yes, Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. That's why they said it.
I don't know. I think you're giving him too much credit.
Hey,
Bro, get hype, because he's probably gonna be right.
Nah.
I mean, if he's right, he's right. That's fine. I'm okay with him being right. But
look, everybody's calling for Namor. It should be Namor.
What I'm saying is that Namor, okay, he's not a Captain America or Spider-Man level character as far as the comic books are concerned. But he's still an important character as far as the comic books are concerned. I think you would have to bring him in.
They're gonna bring him. So like, look, Black Panther's not gonna be until Phase 5. They're gonna bring him in somewhere else. They're about to do Shang-Chi, bruh. I did not know who Shang-Chi was.
I think is that gonna be a movie or the TV series?
That's a movie. They're doing that.
So why would they do a movie for him, but then do a TV series for She-Hulk?
So I'm not mad at that.
She-Hulk needs to no, I'm mad at that. I'm going to tell you why.
The reason I'm not mad
She-Hulk becomes part of Fantastic Four.
Here's the thing.
She should get a movie.
Here's the thing. They said all of the television shows, they're going to be in the movies. They're going to start to appear in the movies.
All right, see, now, that's what they were supposed to do in the beginning with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, so, but, look, they had to do it with
so
ABC.
for those who don't know, all right, when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out on TV, it was supposed to be Marvel's way of connecting
television with movies.
Television with the movie world because it's all the same universe, right? But at some point, the politics and the business bullshit got in between all of that, and you didn't get to see much of that in the TV series, whether it was on Netflix or ABC.
We got Elle getting out of here.
She taking a bathroom break. So, I feel like this is the opportunity now that they got the Disney thing coming up or whatever, the Disney Plus thing.
Disney Plus, yep.
I feel like that's gonna be their chance to really do what they said they was gonna do.
Feige did confirm, so they got She-Hulk, they got Moon Knight, and they got Miss Marvel, and he confirmed that Miss Marvel will be in movies. He didn't say anything about Moon Knight or She-Hulk.
Wait, which Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan,
really?
Not Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel.
Okay.
She has her own show, and she will appear in future MCU movies. The reason I'm good with She-Hulk having a show is because with television shows, you have longer arcs, and you can flesh out stuff. So you'll get more with the character and better arcs.
I think so. You know what? As you're saying that too, I feel like that's why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. needs to continue. Even if you don't have the original, like even if some of the members disappear from the show, I still feel like you should have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ain't one person. It's a group of people.
Well, they got 7 seasons, which is pretty long.
It is, but I feel like now with everything happening, especially now with Disney acquiring the characters that Fox had, I feel like now more than ever they could even do more stories with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It doesn't have to be the same characters anymore.
Yeah, my thing, or I'm thinking the reason I'm thinking that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't, and it actually got a lot farther than I thought it would. I thought it was getting canceled like season 3, season 4, and they're about to like do the series finale on season 7. Just it's on prime time on ABC. It's not on a streaming service. So there's got to be some, even though they own
but
ABC
is owned by Disney.
I was gonna say, even though they're owned by Disney, I feel like there's still some other type of stuff. They were like, look, ABC is something different for us. Our streaming service is like Netflix. We can kind of do whatever the hell we want, and we could take risks on this side because it's our streaming service, and people are gonna buy that. But ABC is still network prime time. The people who want to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. aren't watching it on ABC. They're going to watch it on a streaming service.
Now, the other reason why I say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should continue is because they still have to introduce S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah, the space one. Yeah, true, and they might do that, but I feel like that's probably why they're one other reason they're probably stopping Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is they're just gonna, you know what, just like they killed everything on Netflix. Get everything finished on all our TV stuff is going on Disney Plus. Daredevil gone, Jessica Jones gone, Luke Cage gone, Punisher gone. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. needs to end so we can just clean slate this shit, get everything, and move everything we're actually doing onto Disney Plus.
Yeah. I mean, Disney out here killing shit, man. They monopolizing the game right now.
It's our shit. I'm not gonna say that. I had a whole phrase with our overlord Disney and Kevin Feige.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I ain't mad at them. They doing the damn thing.
They come out with quality. So
they are doing the damn thing. Who's that? Oh,
we're done.
Okay.
You could have stayed for that shit. You could have got yourself educated. Whatever.
I just like to watch the movies. I don't know about all that extra shit.
I probably got like a good 15 minutes before I'm out of here.
No problem. I'm about to get into a song anyway. This is Rob Curley song featuring Zaya. It's called Fall. Here we go. No ads. Thank you.
Something to see, girl. You moving that thing like you want with the beat, right? I said there's something to see. Nothing lasts forever, but I know it could. Tried a little better, but misunderstood. I should've known better the higher you give. Made you wanting more, really meant to live. Something's gotta give, gotta change how it is, 'cause I ain't feeling it anymore. You're not my favorite girl, no, I'm afraid of love. I need a taste of you, just wanna try. I got a place for us, maybe let's change it up. We can be hands up to the sky. Yeah. You're the only drug that I can't buy. Got me so high. You're not my favorite drug, no, I'm afraid of love. Yeah. You are something to see, girl. You moving that thing like you want with the beat, right? I said there's something to see, yeah. Plenty fish in the sea, true. What am I catching you? True. I mean it's something to do, yeah. Just as long as you shoot. Yeah. I mean, you say seen it, all or whatever. So hit my phone, call call or whatever. I bet I tell you something that make you fall or whatever. I know you tired of them niggas that be stalling forever. I'm like, why wait? You could be my flower, I'm the nitrates, and I can't let you slip away. You just my taste, and I just seen the wrong side of love, so what's the right way? And I can't help but think things should go my way. Sandy shores, cool breeze, and a light pour like Hen or Remy or any or 50 for you if you for me, and be for you if you for me. If you feel me like you say you do, then shorty show me, girl, I got you like I say I got you. That's on the homie side. Yeah, yeah. You are something to see, girl. You moving that thing like you want with the beat, right? I said you something to see. Yeah, plenty fish in the sea. True. What am I catching you? True. I mean, it's something to do. Yeah, just as long as you shoot.
Are you trying to seduce me? Why? Are you seducing me? That's what I thought.
So all types of shit just got fucked up. A song was supposed to be playing. I don't know what we got.
Might have missed the whole damn conversation.
We might have missed the whole damn conversation.
Damn.
I mean, I might have got it on the camera. The audio's gonna sound crazy though. So I might just have to cut all that out. Fuck!
So they not gonna get me on my geek shit?
Nope. But no, I mean...
Possibly, maybe.
Possibly, maybe, yeah.
Damn.
Like I said, the audio is going to be crazy. The audio is going to be crazy. So, yeah. Damn. I really got to find somebody to handle this shit so I can just focus on this.
We got what we got.
Yeah, this might be like a half an hour episode. Hey, at least we'll have some shit to talk. We'll have some shit to talk about the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, they heard you talking all your shit all episode and decided to not record that shit so it couldn't get out. Oh, KB's on these conspiracies again. Shut that shit off.
Shut it down. The Swifties came and shut my shit down. Fuck them, by the way. If we didn't get that part recorded, allow me to reiterate my shit. Fuck y'all Swifties. That's kind of loud. Fuck y'all Swifties. And we got like less than
20 minutes, and I'm out in like 5.
Wait, you out in like 5, but we got like. We go until 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Shut up.
Look, I done gone. This is my third time here, right? I done held off on going tree like for a while now. So thank you. Because you said it every episode.
You
I was
did.
like, you know what,
1, 2, 3.
I swear to God, I don't get no love, yo.
I've been holding off, man.
This
That's
is
the
our love.
I've been holding off.
This is our form of
I
love.
don't get no
But
fucking.
trust, every time you said it, I was like, in my head, I was like, tree.
Tree.
Yo, you don't even understand how much at work.
Especially when you went on your rant, you get real Trini.
They be riding.
Busting their ass up in there,
Bruh, Elle brought up the cruise we went on, and I was wondering if you tried to go on that cruise.
Yeah,
and it didn't work.
Yeah, I really wanted to go.
How would you Like, how much would you wild out going back to the Caribbean just on a cruise?
Oh, please.
What you mean?
Even
I'd be
if you
chilling.
didn't, even if you didn't go to Trinity.
Nah, I'd be chilling, yo. I'd be chilling.
You
That's one thing
his
about
version
me.
of wilding out is he's just so laid back.
I mean, it's not like we was going to any place that had carnival going on. If there was a carnival happening,
Carnival,
then I'd be in full wild out mode. But other than that, I'd be chilling. I'd be like, yo, let's go, hit up one of the local bars, get some local food, that type of shit. So wait, what islands did you guys end up?
We ended up going to Jamaica and Grand Cayman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not too
It's
bad.
supposed to be Cuba, but these motherfuckers out here don't know how to do some shit. So
Yeah, we have to say these because it's not just Trump.
It's
D's.
It's D's.
In the
And
middle of the day, like
y'all
2
could
months
get these
before-
nuts.
2 months
all
before we were supposed to go
day,
to Cuba,
whole lot.
they just email us, yeah, y'all ain't going no more.
Right.
So, anyway,
I feel like y'all should have got some of your money back.
we did somewhat in a different way. Like they gave us a credit.
You know what? This
They say-
credit
A
bullshit.
Credit what for another cruise?
No, they put money on our account.
For
To enjoy the cruise that they will.
$100?
$100?
Man, fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah, the price of getting changed from Cuba to Grand Cayman was $100.
Fam, the rooms is $15.
Right, $1,500 for that shit.
The fuck is
Look,
$100?
I had fun on that damn thing anyway, so it don't.
It was like 2%.
I wanna go. On a cruise.
Hey, a 2% credit.
Cruises are dope. That was like number 6.
I felt like I need a bae to go on the cruise.
You don't.
No,
okay.
Nah,
on the
you
cruise on with y'all, yeah. With y'all,
With
yeah.
us,
yes.
With y'all. I
Yeah,
didn't have no bae. I couldn't join y'all.
If it depends on the cruise line you go to, but if like you want to just go solo, go to Carnival.
It's looking like
go
that.
to the 3-day Ensenada one, and you will have plenty of fun.
I will be hitting you up for those details.
You will have plenty of fun.
What else is there? What else happened? Anything?
I don't remember now. I try not to. We done had depressing conversations all day.
All day.
So I try to stay out of the
Our
news
mood
for
is
the
like
most
the
part.
rain.
Ooh.
Yo.
Okay, wait, like, you know what? Here's some good shit.
What's that?
What?
Y'all see Simone Biles' ass beating everybody in gymnastics with all those triple-double flips. She is fucking
awesome.
ridiculous.
She's awesome. She's fucking
Her
awesome.
is her, and then what's that girl that's Haitian and Japanese? I forget her name.
the tennis, yeah.
Yeah.
Tennis star, Osaka.
Oh, but she killing shit too.
And then there's look, all this just young black women
Black Girl
killing
Magic is
all
killing
sports.
it, yo.
What was the name
Fire!
of the little 15-year-old girl Coco who like beat Venus, grew up watching Venus. And
Yeah,
then
she's
they were-
like
That
new
is-
new.
yeah,
She's new.
yeah.
I forget her name.
Coco something.
Yeah.
Coco something. But just,
Didn't
it's
her
just beautiful.
and that
I think they
same
had the same coach from
yeah,
Compton.
but didn't her and that same Japanese Haitian girl team up?
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know.
On the doubles?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I ain't see that.
I feel like they might
Ooh,
have.
That would have been a good
If they
match.
didn't, that would be them two
That would be a good match.
with nobody stand a chance. Them two? Fuck everybody up, yo.
Nah, it's just been beautiful to see though. Beautiful to
Yeah,
see.
Black-
And I saw that shit, the moves that Simone Biles pulled off in slow motion. Like, and granted, she's like 4 foot nothing. So the flips are they're not easier. Let me not bullshit. They're not easier. But seeing that shit in slow motion, how many flips she can get off, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Are we done with Hot Girl Summer?
I hope
No.
so.
Are we done?
Well, the summer's on. I think it's
Why is Meg Thee Stallion trying to make it a nerd
Hot
girl
nerd fall. Hot nerd fall.
Hot nerd fall.
Hot nerd fall.
Meg, stop it.
Is she really hot
Yes.
nerd fall?
She said hot nerd fall.
Hot
Yes.
hot nerd.
I
Meg.
mean, nah. See, I stop it with the.
I've been over it with
saying
this
it.
weird rap that they
But
come
I'm-
out with. I'm just over it with her, City Girls, the other City Girl coming out of jail. I'm like over it.
Hey, stop that shit. Stop it. Stop it. You got the Hot Girl Summer shit locked down.
Get your friend.
You got it locked down. Stop.
All right, look, I can support
Listen.
all things geek,
Stop it.
but you ain't got to name that shit.
Right.
I support all good things geek and nerd, but yeah,
She don't even care about no damn geeks.
Nah, she's into
She's
anime
calling out.
heavy.
Yeah.
Is she?
She's into anime heavy. I don't know nothing about anime, but I know my people who know anime see her. She
Really?
is like a legit anime.
Oh
head.
damn! Well, damn. I take that back.
Yes.
That made you a little sexier.
She is legit. And she is a nerd.
And she a little dark skinned too.
She is.
Hold on. You know, hey
She
boo,
is.
I love you. Okay. I love you.
Yes, I
love
do too.
you.
Yes, I do. I love you as well. But here's a conversation
got
I had,
no
and I got a question
bow tie.
before I get out of here.
What's up?
All right, so I don't know how the hell this shit came up, but it don't matter. Do y'all have not a type, but you ever been just for some reason or another, you see people from this region of the world, and they just when you see beautiful women or beautiful men from there, you're just like they look way better than any other beautiful women I've ever seen. Like, do you have one of those?
Nah.
So like for me, I didn't figure it out somehow, some way, and this is all not the same region and shit. But if I see a woman who is either from the Middle East, India, Egypt, and apparently Ethiopia,
Ethiopia got some
when
fine
I see
looking
they all
women.
kind of in the same general-ish area, and when I tell you I see a beautiful woman from any of those areas, I'm just like, my God.
I heard that they have a lot of beautiful, like insanely beautiful women in like certain parts of the Middle East. It's just that you can't tell because they all dress like ninjas. I'm not saying that y'all not fire underneath them robes. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes are pretty.
I saw a thing
But-
on Facebook where they
The
said,
comments
this is
of
what's
KB
underneath
are
the-
all his own.
It is.
I heard y'all got some donkeys under there.
all his own.
I heard y'all are thicker than a Snicker underneath them robes. I heard that y'all put motherfucking Halle Berry and Jenny from the Block to shame. All I'm saying is, prove it.
KB the producer. KB the producer.
Um, For a long time, the sexiest people of choice came from Brazil, man or woman.
Yeah, that was always.
That was like the big thing. Like Brazil just have all the beautiful people. Ethiopia though, women specifically,
And Eritrea. Just all Habesha, period.
like damn, what kind of goat milk y'all drinking over there? Y'all just breeding these beautiful ass women. Yo, you know what else has some? Oh my God. Okay, so I didn't know that there was black people in Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, Afro-Latinos.
But I didn't know.
Afro-Latinas.
But I started learning that a lot of Latino countries in the Caribbean, especially, had black people in it, right? But Colombia, I did not know that they had black people because everybody you ever see in anything related to Colombia is all white Colombians, right? So,
shoot, Panama too.
well, Panama been notoriously black. Like anybody you bring up Panama to any Latino, they're like, yeah, it's black. It's just all black people.
Colombia.
So now Colombia, I saw a video it was a video that said Mountain Women of Colombia, right? So I'm like, oh, let me see what this is about, right? Now at the time, I had just finished fucking around with a Colombian woman, right? And she's clearly white. She's white Colombian, right? And again, my experience with Latinos in general is that they mostly white, right? I play this video. It's these women by this river in the mountains. The river looked like the freshest water you could just drink the water. Just drink it, right? These women were dark skinned. Dark. I mean, not dark like this, like the mic stand, but dark, right? Drop dead gorgeous. Every single one.
I will also say dark-skinned women who are beautiful are
First of all, my girl already know. I told her already. Dark-skinned women, pretty dark-skinned women with a good head on their shoulders, just take my wallet. Just take it. Just take it. Here's my social security. Here's the code for my card. Just take it. Just take it. That's why I'm more rigid with them, because I know my weakness when it comes to them. I'm more rigid with them. But anyway, these women dropped their gorgeous. And it wasn't like it was like 2 or 3. It was like 30 of them. just up in the mountains singing their African themed songs, because it's black people. So it was like African derived songs, and they was up in the mountains, like Afro Latino songs, and they were washing their clothes and doing whatever they doing by the river. And I was just like, what the fuck? I text I don't even think she remember this. I texted like, yo, what the fuck? You ain't tell me there's black people in Colombia? You ain't tell me that? I had no idea. No idea. But that's what like educated me more. That's when I started doing my research and I started learning that there was definitely black people in a lot of these countries. But again, racism is so rampant in the Caribbean, even more so than here. Like, you just don't see them. There be commercials for Trinidad and it's all white people.
What?
Exactly.
It is.
It be legit commercials for Trinidad and it be all white people.
Come join us in Trinidad.
I'm like, fam. You ain't even put the Indians in there. It's literally like 55, 58% black. The other 50-something% is Indian, and then everybody else is everybody else. And not one black or Indian person in the commercial. Are you serious? Bullshit. I call bullshit.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get up out of here.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for coming through. We about to wrap up in a minute anyway. Until next time. So there is a lot of I'm gonna keep this going for as long as I can, but I am working on a little something on the side. Similar to this. And I don't want to put it on here because, I don't want to shit.
Then turn it off.
But I really want to keep this going and definitely do more to highlight people on the come up, not just artists, because initially I was just going to do just artists, but I want to highlight.
It was everyone.
Yeah, anybody and everybody that's on the come up. So, between now and the next time we come in,
when will that be?
I'm gonna it's gonna be the 7th, September 7th, I believe. The first person, I'm gonna definitely get some people up on here. I'm not even gonna spoil it. I'm not even gonna spoil it right now, but I'm definitely trying to get some people up in here. I think it's going to make things very interesting to bring some different faces up in here from different professions, and they could kind of share their experience as far as starting from the bottom and working their way up. And I think people will enjoy it because it's real. It's none of that Instagram, Facebook bullshit where everybody's just doing great and everybody's having a good time and everybody's making money. It's not that. This show is not that. All right, I work a full-time job.
So do I.
I drive a Nissan Sentra, and it got dents and dings in it because motherfuckers in Charlotte can't drive.
True
or,
that.
Or open a door without hitting somebody else's shit.
Facts.
Okay? I live check to check. Like the average person. This is an average show for the average person. And that's what it is. So, that being said, today was a great show. And I hope y'all stay in tune for the next one. But we got to go out on a song. So, let's see what we got here. I might just play some old shit that I like to listen to. What's some old shit that I enjoyed? Nah, that's too serious. That's too serious.
Play it light. This whole.
I'm gonna play this.
Serious.
This one is from Kaimo. He's from Jersey, I believe. It's called Bishop. It's an old song, but I still like it. And we're gonna close out on this one. All right.
Later.
Deuces.
KB the producer. KB the producer. KB the producer.
We fight to live. We fight to love. Get where we at now. We fight. We fight to stick together. We fight. Bishop. Wanna know where I'm from? Got $1 and a dream, then you consider the bum. One toast, talk rap, but then you sound for drums. Wanna know just how I feel? When my feelings are numb. Warren tried to be a king, but yeah, he died for that crown. From a city, but the fans call it a full-part town. Gray skies, chalk it up. They don't hear about killings. If they crack down the buildings, they gon' hear about millions. What, 13 niggas be wildin', so free shoddy. Hood takes nigga free peso and rip Gotti. For his whole life, young and feeling like he Ali. My city like the Wire, your city like the Cosby's. Man can't clean it up, he know it's getting messy. Kids here starving, so sincere, here they belly. No comprende, the baby, he need leche. Writing number essay while I'm chillin' with a essay. Never give up, they up and down to do them setups.
KB the producer.
I want the juice, I feel like Bishop. They on the hustle, never give up. They up and down, they do them setups. You on the block, you see them stick-ups. I want the juice, I feel like Bishop. I want the juice, I feel like you look into my eyes and know you staring in hell. If I didn't go to college, teacher said I would fail. And I never went to church because I'm living in hell. Somebody dying up and down when somebody living in town. See my vision getting darker because I'm seeing the blood. Know they guns and bandanas, see I'm walking with thugs. Cause they ran into the house, I saw the blood on the bug. Music gang, drug gang, see I'm me in the blood. With a name and a love, and you know they call me soul.
KB the producer. KB the producer. KB the producer.